KW 253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. It's time for Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. The first hour of Sports Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time on a Fight Song Friday. Georgia Tech in Pittsburgh getting us started this afternoon. They've got a big one tomorrow afternoon. Got the full Georgia Tech fight song in there. We had a listener text in yesterday talking about Georgia Tech and how they were going to embarrass Georgia next week. So I wanted to get all of that in. Got a little bit of Pitt in as well, but it is a Fight Song Friday. On Sports Time this afternoon, Bryant, Darian, and Connor with you. No Brett, no Landon this afternoon. They'll actually join us at 5:30. They're going to both jump in for our First National Bank and Trust Friday football forecast. But until then, both those guys out. So appreciate Darian, appreciate Connor, both coming in, and a lot to talk about this afternoon. Grizzlies got a big win last night. Tigers played well, but came out on the losing end against Purdue. No new information about Lane Kiffin with his meeting, as we talked about it yesterday afternoon, meeting with Keith Carter and others in the Ole Miss athletic department. Haven't seen any updates on that front just quite yet, so a lot to talk about, but Darian, how are you this afternoon?
Man, doing well. I almost thought the fight songs were a welcome for me. I was like, Connor rolling out the red carpet, but I was like, that ain't my college, but I'll take it. As you get older, you tend to assimilate. That's what we do. So.
At this point, it's just anything that, any song that kind of brings you in, you got to feel good about it.
I was being selfish. I thought it was a welcome for me.
That's okay.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
That's okay. I'm good. And
feeling okay today with the way the Grizzlies and the Tigers performed. I won't be Debbie Downer today. Okay. As we always say on Sports Time, we're optimistic. Won't be pessimistic.
I think you and Landon say you are optimistic.
It's reserved for certain.
People who know me usually tend to say that I'm more of a pessimistic person. Connor, you all right over there?
I'm doing great. Great night of ball.
Yeah, it was a great night of ball. All right. Well, we also had Thursday Night Football. I didn't even mention Thursday Night Football last night. That was a fun game with the
lackluster type performances, but overall entertaining game. I thought it was a little lackluster.
In what way?
QB play.
You're going up against that defensive line, though. That group was awesome.
And I guess I totally forgot how awesome they were because I thought the coming off 6 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 passing. He also had 2 interceptions. I thought Josh Allen would play a lot better, but he's not Superman anymore for whatever reason.
Well, that's the thing. I've heard so many people today like, oh, man, how'd you not know that he was going to struggle? I mean, the defensive line's awesome, but I don't think anybody.
He's missing his tight end.
But I don't think anybody really. I shouldn't say anybody. A lot of people thought that the Bills would still win, the offense would be fine. Maybe that Texans defense makes some noise. I don't think anybody expected what we saw last night.
I guess we could have, kind of sort of your point. I guess we could have because he doesn't play with superstars. He kind of had his to his time with Stephon Diggs. But as far as that burner down the field, he doesn't have it. One of his wide receivers were out yesterday, personal reasons. His tight end was out, personal reasons. Cook showed up. Cook has been good all year. But from a standpoint of just having weapons, unless we expected another 6 touchdown performance from him, we kind of should have known it.
Should have, but I do think there is a little bit of hindsight's 2020 in terms of what we saw last night. But it was a fun game. It was an entertaining game. So okay, on the local front, where do you want to start? I always make the joke. I wish we had the wheel in here on days like this where we could just spin it and talk about whatever it lands on. Where do you want to start? I'll leave that to you. You're the wheel today. Where do we start?
We'll spin the wheel. We'll start with Grizz, man. The Grizz go out there and they handle their business. Like we were saying earlier, all day on air. This is not college basketball. This was not a ranked team versus an unranked team or a battle to get in the playoff or the field of 64. This is about manhood. This is about showing that you're a professional, and regardless who they put in front of you, you got to knock them down. So kudos to the Grizz and a big win over the Doug Christie's Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, every win's a big win for the Grizzlies. I mean, you're just trying to find wins, and I think – last night you had the injuries. You knew John Morant was going to be out. Jaren Jackson Jr. was doubtful, which, I think history over the last, 3 or 4 years since the Grizzlies have been dealing with all these injuries. Doubtful. Questionable usually means it's about a 55 or better % chance that they play. Doubtful usually means it's about a 55% or better chance that they don't play. But we did see earlier this year, I think it was Cedric Coward was listed doubtful a game a week ago or so and ended up playing. So, there's always still that option to play, but Jaren Jackson didn't play. And so you knew it was going to be difficult because you didn't have your guys out there. But this was the game, or one of the games that you circled of the games coming up of, if you're going to get a win, it needs to come against a team like this. Then we learned the news about Sabonis kind of all day was a game time decision. Then we learned, hey, he's gotten looked at a little bit more, and he's going to be out at least a month, it looks like. And so this felt like a game, hey, go out there, be competitive, try to win this. I don't think anybody expected a win like this. I think it was a win that this group really needed after all of those losses that have stacked up for them. You look at, who kind of performed well last night, and it was really a lot of people. I mean, you put up 137 points. A lot of guys performed well.
Start with Aldama, right?
I mean, Aldama was really good. I loved what DeMichael Cole said with us. I think it was earlier this week. I think it was Monday. And DeMichael Cole, or we were talking about it with DeMichael Cole on Monday, he put out the tweet, I think over the weekend, maybe that Cleveland game last weekend, but he said something along the lines of, Santi Aldama's mistakes are really loud, but he's been one of the more consistent players for the Grizzlies all season in terms of scoring, rebounding, doing things that the Grizzlies need to be done. He's been pretty consistent, and you, I think, saw a lot of that last night. 29 points, had 5 rebounds, blocked 2 shots, only 1 turnover for him. I thought it was a super solid game.
Career high.
Yeah. Oh, is that a career high?
Tied
I didn't realize that was a career high.
Tied it.
Okay, it was okay, sir. Sure, tied it. But yeah, so he was really good last night. I thought Zach Edey had a nice game. Only 4 rebounds. Would have liked to see more there. But one thing I'm noticing with Zach Edey, and only played 25 minutes. That's another thing. When you look at all of these numbers, you didn't need everybody playing, or you kind of expect maybe not a super flashy box score, because the most a guy played last night was Santi. He played 28 minutes. Everybody else was 25 or fewer minutes because it was a blowout. I mean, early in the fourth quarter, maybe even late in the third quarter, they had a lot of the, Gigi Jackson and Omax and those type of guys.
In a perfect world, that's what you want. You want those minutes.
No, you definitely do. You definitely do. But Zach Edey, one thing I've noticed from the first couple of games back here, it feels like I don't know even how to say it. It feels like he's dominating more in the paint. Like last year, there were a lot of times where he was kind of soft inside, or he would kind of want to, do those turnaround fadeaway shots and stuff like that. Like last night, and even going back against Cleveland, like he's getting the ball in the paint, he's going up, he's dunking it, he's going up strong. Like those are things that I want to see out of Zach Edey. And I've not been sold on Zach Edey. Like I'm still very kind of out there questioning Zach Edey being the big time piece that he's been made out to be for this Grizzlies team. But I mean, I can't lie. Like I've enjoyed what I've seen so far with this.
Dare I say you're saying you see growth in him? I think that's as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Something that I guess I said we're going to be optimistic. Something that Jaren Jackson Jr. has to show us. We have to see some form of growth from where he is. This is year 8. That's what we're expecting from him. But going from rookie to year 2, a lot of people say that's the biggest time you see, or the largest amount of growth is from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, you look at, I would have loved, I'd be on cloud 9 right now if we came in and said, hey, Zachy, 16 rebounds or 16 points and 10 rebounds. Like I'd like to see him get more rebounds because that's obviously been the issue with Jaren Jackson Jr. We've said that issue is going to be fixed once Zach Edey gets back, and he, over the weekend he was fine rebounding.
Are you
the ball.
a believer still in conspiracy theories? I may have one for you.
I love conspiracy theories. Hit me with it.
All right, as of today at 12:11, this was posted on Yahoo Sports.
Okay.
Says Grizzlies expected to explore trade market for Ja Morant. Originally appeared, reports saying from the Sporting News.
Okay.
Says, oftentimes when there's smoke, there's fire, Mr. Dakis, and there has been a whole lot of smoke in Memphis this season. Why are they writing about this?
Because people love reading about Ja Morant and hearing about Ja Morant, and people love chaos, and the situation in Memphis looks like a very chaotic situation.
They have a few excellent sources. They are also attributing some of this to Tim Bontemps.
Yeah, and he's really good at what he does, obviously. I think the thing I would say...
Oh, crap. One more thing right before you jump in. Bontemps is, as more I read it, Bontemps is liking this situation to the Anthony Davis situation in L.A., where it will be difficult, quote, to get value for him.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think it will be difficult to get value for him, and I think that's why, even if you are in favor of getting rid of Ja Morant, now's not the time. he's having his worst career shooting start to the season, and he's got all this other stuff with. Is he quitting on is he quit on the team? There's still people that are saying, like I saw a report last week that said, and I don't remember. I think I told you this, Connor, and I don't remember who I said it, but there was some report out there last week that front offices around the league aren't worried about Ja Morant's shooting struggles to start the season, because they believe that he is quiet quitting on the Grizzlies.
Silent protest.
Yeah, and that's why he's having a bad start to the season. Now, here's the thing. Every time the front office has been asked about it, they say there's absolutely no thought about trading Ja Morant. They haven't looked at it at all. So, I can only believe what the front office is telling me. Now, at the same time, I'm team don't trade Ja Morant.
I'm with you. You've gotten me on it. At first, I was team trade Ja. Now I'm team trade Jaren. I've told you.
Yeah, I'm certainly closer to team trade Jaren than I am team trade Ja. But even, or I should say this: I'm team stay with Ja. Yeah. But at the same time, if people are calling you, you got to answer the phone at least. You have to answer the phone about every player just to hear what it's. It doesn't mean you're gonna even think about it. But if a general manager's calling you to offer your trade, you gotta listen to it.
Especially if we're talking Rudy Gobert-esque numbers, 4 first rounders and all.
Yeah, sure.
Totally listen.
And I don't you at least hear them out. You don't. Maybe you don't even listen to them, but you at least answer the phone and hear what they have to say. Quickly, because we're going to get to top and not top story at some point, even though I'm sure it's probably going to be at least one of our top and not top story of the day. Tigers last night, they fought. They looked a lot better than they did Sunday against UNLV, but ultimately lost to Purdue 80-71, the final score of that game. Your thoughts, Darian?
I like
what
it.
You saw last night?
I like totally what I saw. My big number is corresponding to what I believe how the season will go going forward, depending on the game today versus Wake Forest. You saw decent guard play. You saw Simon Majok. Am I pronouncing it correct?
Majok, yeah, that's right.
If Penny can keep this guy at least until year 3,
he's got a ton of potential.
I think he does the not necessarily Joel Embiid type of trajectory, but if you recall, Joel Embiid was, I believe, much higher on the prospect front coming into his freshman season in Kansas. But he ballooned. People did not believe he would be what he turned out to be.
Yeah,
that Simon Majok has some stuff.
No, he does.
I don't know what you call it because it's you can't teach his height. You can't teach some of those physical skills. But him not being afraid to go to the rim. Sure. I saw some, like when they, how there's a replay or whatever before they go to commercial break. Maybe there was an alley-oop, a dunk, or a block or something. They show you that rim cam. I liked his face. The passion that was in his face. He did not look timid going to the rim against other seasoned college basketball players. So I believe if Penny can stick with this guy, I don't know how much it's going to cost, the further you get along with him in NIL, but you can't, hopefully he's not $1 million player or anything of that nature, but I like him.
Yeah, no,
I like him
a lot. I like him a lot, and I don't know if we've talked about this, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but if you watch him, like, very much still learning American basketball. I was learning basketball in general. I think he didn't start playing until 2021.
They say 5 years ago.
I think still very much learning the game. But then when he did start,
he wasn't afraid.
He was playing, obviously in Serbia. He's from South Sudan. He went and played in Serbia. So he's been playing. He's
one of Lou
rules.
Aldine's guys from over there. Lou Aldine with the basketball and all that.
He could be.
Could be.
The only reason I say is because, he probably is. He probably is. Because I know he was playing basketball down there before he went to Serbia. So, he definitely could be one of those guys. I mean, Luol Deng he's kind of got South Sudan on lock down there with basketball guys. So, I mean, it certainly could be one of his guys. I'll say this. I think there were a lot of good things in that game last night. There were also a lot of still concerning things in that game. I think one big thing was Doug McDaniel kind of getting back and giving you the type of performance he gave you last night. I mean, it was ugly against UNLV, but he comes out against Purdue, has 18 points. That's the problem. He was a 25% three-point shooter a year ago at Kansas State. Before that, he was mid-30s, so was a decent three-point shooter at Michigan, but he's really struggled over the last 2 years. He was 1 for 4 last night from deep. So I thought he looked good. The way that he gets to the basket is really, really impressive. And the fact after having 6 turnovers against UNLV, he only had 1 turnover last night against Purdue. I thought, like you said, Simon Majok gave you some good minutes. I thought Zach Davis was really good in that game last night and what he did defensively. You look at the first half and what Braden Smith did. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think he was like 5 points maybe in the first half.
5 points, 2 for 8.
2 for 8 shooting, and only 1 assist in the first half. That's a preseason All-American that has looked the part every single game, and he really couldn't do much in that first half. So I thought, they put some length out in the starting line. They put some length on a smaller guy in Braden Smith. That's a guy that's kind of struggled against a lot of length and size in his career. And so this Tiger coaching staff saw that and went at him with Zach Davis, which I thought was really good. The other side of it, some of the things that we're still seeing that I think are concerning, still shooting the ball very poorly. And you saw at the end of that game.
No Tyrese Hunter out there, buddy.
No, and you saw it towards the end of the game. It feels like when this team gets in a hole, it's going to be hard to dig their way out. And you saw last night, still plenty of time left on the clock, and they're trying to get back in there with threes.
Yep, not the smarts.
Exactly. They're not getting, and I think they even made mention of it on the broadcast of, hey, there's plenty of time. Keep doing what you're doing. Get to the basket. Get the ball inside. Score the way you've been scoring all game. But they were trying to catch up fast with those 3 balls.
Did not extend the game. You're at that moment, you're supposed to foul and play the free throw line game.
And they just didn't do that. The other thing, Aaron Bradshaw, another game where he just really struggled. And he actually had a nice start. I think he had 7 points in the game. I know at least a couple of those came early in the first half because Brett and I were watching in here and we made mention of it. Hey, man, look at that. Aaron Bradshaw, a nice start, and then didn't do much else the rest of the game. Only played 9 minutes in that game. No rebounds. Had a turnover. He ended up getting the technical foul that ended up being his 5th foul when he was bumped by Oscar Clough, hit the ground, jumped up and got in Clough's face. It was a funny part of the game.
One quick standout to me was this Tariq Ingraham. You remind me a little.
It's spelled Ingraham, but it's Ingram.
It's Ingram.
Yeah.
Okay. He's reminding me of some Pierre Henderson Niles type of body build. He seems extremely tough. He doesn't seem fazed by competition. So those are some some scrappy players that I'm looking for to kind of blow up this year and give the Tigers a push.
Yeah, and that's a guy I'm excited to see more from him. I'm excited. 5 o'clock, Jason Munn's going to join us from the Bahamas. We'll definitely get his thoughts.
I think we're the only guys not down there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it feels like everybody went down there on vacation except for us. But yeah, Parth is down there. Dave is down there. I mean, we got left here.
No invite.
Yeah, no invite. But he's a guy that he's the player. I'm sure you've heard about it. It was reported he came in here when he first committed. Everyone was saying this is a guy that's probably going to be in your starting 5. He gets to campus, and all reports say that he came in overweight and out of shape, not in game shape.
You can tell that.
And so he played like a minute in the first game against San Francisco. Didn't play against Ole Miss. Didn't play against UNLV. Or no, did play against UNLV. He had like 3 minutes against UNLV. And then this was really the first time we've seen him get extended minutes. And I thought did some nice things. Like you said, a tough guy. I just want to see more from him, and especially on the defensive end of the court. It's hard when your first stretch of extended minutes comes against that Purdue team, especially that Purdue front court, because they are really, really good and really, really talented. So I am eager to see more of him and kind of what it looks like. Another thing, he got to the line he was 4 for 6 out of his 10 points. 4 of those points came from the free throw line on 6 attempts. And I'll be honest, and this was on both sides. So I don't want anybody texting in or calling in saying Brian is trying to defend Purdue here. Man, those officials, they were not great last night.
Yeah.
And I'm not one that likes to target officiating, but some of those calls on both sides.
You know what? When I was watching, I wanted to go down that avenue, but I did not. The reason I didn't is because if you flip those digits, the number 1, and put that on the University of Memphis's, logo or whatever, and we were the number 1 team, those are the calls you would expect. I think a lot of those were respect calls.
Well, but not even that. There were a couple times where Ingram's going up. Yeah. And but
we were getting fouled too.
That's what I'm saying.
The crowd was booing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that because it was bad on both sides.
We were getting some.
So I do not want to.
As an unranked team, you got a fair share. You got a fair amount because the crowd was not happy, especially at first half.
I'm looking over at the clock. We only have a couple more minutes in this segment, so I'm going to make the executive decision on air that both of our top and not top stories are Grizzlies in Memphis. So I'm going to set up the show real quick.
There you go.
I got a text message I want to read, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this game before we get to a break. But let me set up the show.
Love executive decisions.
Well, sometimes you gotta make them. 3:30.
Make them, dog.
Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He's going to join us. We're going to talk some wagering with him. A lot of games to get to. We'll focus on the NFL with Alan, but we will get a couple of his favorite college plays as well. 3:45. Ty Richardson from ESPN Arkansas. He'll join us. We'll talk the Razorbacks and the SEC. We'll get his thoughts on Arkansas football, Arkansas basketball. We'll also get his thoughts on Lane Kiffin and what he thinks will happen and when will it happen. When will we get some news on Lane Kiffin? 4 o'clock, Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports. He'll join us. We'll talk more wagering with Bruce. We'll focus on the college side of things, but we will also get to his favorite NFL bets of the weekend. 4:30, Brad Bellamy. He'll be here to give us our Landers locks for the weekend. We'll talk a little bit about Landers Ford as well. 4:45, big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Jason Munns, the Tiger basketball beat writer over at the Commercial Appeal. He'll join us. We'll talk all things Tiger basketball, and he's every week presented by Jim's Place in Collierville. 5:30, we'll have our First National Bank and Trust Friday football forecast, and 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. The hot tub and swim spa clearance sales that's going on right now at Family Leisure. Hot tub starting at $24.99. Swim spa starting at $14,999. In-stock patio furniture up to 50% off. Hot tub covers are starting at $249, while spa steps and cover lifts are starting at just $99. Special financing, it's available, and if you mention this ad, receive a free gift with that hot tub purchase. So head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. You can be a part of the show. I mentioned I'm going to read a text message here in just a second. But text in Sissy's Log Cabin listener line 901-360-8255. Tell us your thoughts on the Tigers last night, their loss against Purdue. Your thoughts on the Grizzlies last night, their win against the Kings. Your thoughts on Lane Kiffin and what you think will happen. And that leads me into this text over at the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line. Jason texted in and said, Brett and Bryant. Brett's not here. So Darian and Bryant. I believe that Kiffin definitely should stay at Ole Miss. The argument that Florida and LSU are superior jobs is no longer true and is outdated as a result of NIL and the transfer portal. NIL and the transfer portal have definitely leveled and equalized the playing field of college athletics, specifically college football. In different times, Ole Miss as a result, or now Ole Miss can compete as a result for a national championship in football every season on the same level as Florida and LSU. Finally, Florida is my team, and I will definitely argue that we do not need Kiffin to compete for national championships in football. I believe that John Sumrall or Eli Drinkwitz would both be excellent fits at Florida. If Kiffin ultimately decides to stay at Ole Miss, I believe that he could theoretically leave either next season or the following season for other possible high-profile coaching jobs that would open, such as Alabama, Texas, and Michigan. There will always be additional coaching jobs available for Kiffin to be intrigued by. Jason, thanks for the text. I think you're absolutely right. And kind of the big thing from it, a Florida fan saying, we'll be all right without Lane Kiffin. When it seems like most all Florida fans are saying, we really need Kiffin right now. So, hey, I like that text. I think he's right. I mean, things are happening, and we'll see how everything shakes out now that he's right. Things are on a level playing field.
Also, it must be nice to be Drinkwitz and Summerall, knowing that you're about to get paid.
No kidding. Also, and I guess we'll get back into the Tiger conversation later because we have Lane Kiffin news. So I hope we have. I wish we had a Lane Kiffin
have a drum roll or something. We
need like a
Lane,
like an alarm.
Your brother's the king of like sounds. I don't know.
Keith Carter, the Ole Miss athletics director, just put this out on social media. Let's lock in and focus on keeping the golden egg, with a quote that he posted as a picture. Quote, Coach Kiffin and I have had many pointed and positive conversations regarding his future at Ole Miss, including meeting today with Chancellor Boyce. While we discuss next steps, we know we cannot lose sight of what is most important, our 6th-ranked team that is poised to finish the regular season in historic fashion. Despite the outside noise, Coach Kiffin is focused on preparing our team for the Egg Bowl, and together we want to ensure that our players and coaches can concentrate fully on next Friday's game. This team is on the cusp of an unprecedented season, and it's imperative that we feel the support of the Ole Miss family in the week ahead. An announcement on Coach Kiffin's future is expected the Saturday following the game. So no news today. They met.
Oh, that's a lot of news.
They talked.
Oh, that's a lot of news.
Is it?
I think so.
That doesn't sound great to me.
What it sounds like is Kiffin won. Whatever meeting you had, because like I said, read that first line again, and I'm gonna tell you, as an Ole Miss fan, that's what I checked out when you read the first line.
Okay, I know where it is too.
Let's lock in.
Coach Kiffin and I have had many pointed and positive conversations regarding his future at Ole Miss.
Kiffin won that. Okay, I kind of canned to this right here. I was trying to think of a situation. All right, I tell Johnny Radio, Johnny, I'm going to Fox L.A. and go and work with Colin Cowherd. Darian, no, you're not. Get in my office. Boom, we go in the office. John comes out and says, hey, let's just worry about the Tigers tonight. It's like, whoa. What happened? You just called this guy and you're... See, that's what I mean. I think Kiffin won that, because otherwise there would be some form of announcement.
Yeah.
I think he kind of traded back because you shouldn't have done it. Now he's, that's typical said foot in said mouth.
I think you're right. It doesn't sound great.
Doesn't sound great on the Ole Miss front.
Yeah, but it could have been much worse, right? Like, I mean, imagine if, and it's still not great, but imagine.
That's why I think he won, because like you said, it could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse. We could have gotten news today, hey, Lane Kiffin's taking the job at LSU, and he is no longer allowed in the Ole Miss football building, and so now we have to go into a rivalry game and into the postseason.
That's when no
with a different
one
coach.
I think there were 3 sides. The Ole Miss side winning, Nobody went into which what you just alluded to when you come to nobody won that.
Yeah.
But this one here, everybody just hold tight. Everybody just stand packed. Wait till next week. We'll be good. I think Kiffin won.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I hope he did. For Johnny Radio's sake, he's going to lose it.
Well, we'll see what comes about of this. But we are late for a break, so let's go ahead and take that. And when we return, we're talking some wagering. Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He joins us next.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I'm inviting you over for dinner. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner of scrumptious combinations, fresh salads, homemade soups, or maybe start with an appetizer, like our baked Dungeness crab dip with manchego cheese, lemon, garlic, and French baguette toast. Drift into one of our fresh seafood dishes, like the caramelized sea scallops with curry beurre blanc, black forbidden rice, and Thai mango salad, or our ancho honey glazed salmon with creamy black bean puree, avocado pico de gallo, and jalapeno crema. Maybe you're looking for something cozy and comforting, like our Duroc pork chop with apple brandy demi-glaze and blue cheese bacon mashed potatoes. We have something for everyone. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us. I'd sure love to see you.
Congratulations to Napa Cafe, celebrating 27 years of great food and service for you. Napa Cafe.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
It's about time pros had one partner for every part of the job. Simple ordering, fast delivery, continuous support, all from one partner. The Home Depot delivers supplies on your schedule. Our pro team helps you plan ahead so projects run smoother. And with Pro Extra benefits, you can simplify ordering, track spending, and save time every step of the way. Because with one partner, you get more than materials, you keep your job moving. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Starting to build a little bit more and trying to get through Midtown. In a couple of spots, I-40 over here at Chelsea. It's not bad at the moment. 240 as you get on to 385. We expect that to get a little bit busier probably in the next 15, 20 minutes. Going outbound on Bill Morris Parkway, headed on out into Collierville. Weimer's Jewelry, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by this weekend and shop local this holiday season at Weimer's Jewelry on Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Darian with you on a Friday afternoon. We got to talk some wagering. Joining us now, Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He joins us at this time every single Friday afternoon to talk wagering. Alan, thanks so much for joining us. A lot of games to pick this weekend, so let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's start over in the NFL. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with my team, the Dallas Cowboys, at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, the Eagles a 3.5-point favorite on the road. The total 47.5. And Alan, I'll just tell you right now, after what I saw Monday night with that defense, the performance that they had, it looked awesome. What do you think of Sunday? Like I said, Eagles a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, man. First off, appreciate you having me back. And second off, you know what I think? I understand that both defenses have played well. and I'm all for it. But I've seen the NFC East, and I've seen these Cowboys and Eagles games, and I know that, yeah, bro, you've seen it, you know it. Dude, Dak Prescott against the NFC East, especially playing at home, he plays well, man. Like, I'm all for it. Just take the points. I don't want to pick a spread. I want points in this one. Give me the over.
I like it. At noon on CBS, Steelers and Bears. Right now, Chicago at home. A 2.5-point favorite, the total 45.5. You look at this Bears team, they're playing really well this season, 7-3 on the year. What do you like in this game?
Man, I was just about to say that, right? 7-3. This Bears team is doing excellent work. Give me the Bears. As long as this number's under 3, key number 3 there, you're getting 2.5. A field goal wins it. It is a 3-point league in the NFL in terms of betting all time. Yeah, give me the Bears, man. I believe in them. I like where this team is headed.
I like that. Patriots, Bengals, I think, a lot up in the air with this game with Joe Burrow, if he'll play, if he won't play. Right now, New England, a 7-point favorite over the Bengals, total 51.5. What do you like here?
Just take points in this game. All right, 51, I know that's a high total in the NFL, but the Patriots, all they know is scoring points, and the Bengals, all they know is scoring points. Look, we're on to Cincinnati. Belichick often said that. Look, I like the points of this game. The Bengals are dangerous to bet against because they don't have to play by the same rules. You know what I mean? Like, they can just go out and have fun. Yeah, for that reason, take the over in this game. There's going to be points galore.
Alan, I'm looking at this Seattle and Tennessee game, and to me, this line kind of stinks, and the reason being is because the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, one of the leaders in turning the ball over. I have this line in front of me at 13.5. Should the Seahawks be on upset alert? I think so.
Yeah, I do too, right? I think you asked probably the best NFL question of this weekend because, look, it's not that we're against Seattle. Like, we all agree they're a good football team, offensively and defensively, but you're exactly right. Sam Darnold will turn the ball over because they throw it 40, 45 times a game. And, look, we all get where Tennessee is. We know that this team isn't that great, okay? But their defense could play a little bit. And coming off the bye, that game against Houston, I feel you. We're not saying the Titans are going to win the game, but 13.5 points, oh, yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I'm with you on that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Colts and Chiefs should be a good one right now. The home team, Kansas City Chiefs, 3.5-point favorite, total 50.5. What do you like in this game?
So, okay, look, you could play the over in this game, and I don't mind it. 50.5, Indy's going to score, Kansas City's going to score. What you need to know about this game is that the Chiefs, if the season ended right now, they're not even in the playoffs. This is as must-win as it gets. Mm-hmm. You could roll with Kansas City here, but the better way is to roll with the over because, trust me, Kansas City has to score. And Indy, they don't have to win this game, but they'd like to, so they're going to do the same. Take the over in this one.
I like it. Let's get to a couple of these afternoon games. Probably a one that a lot of people are talking about. It could be a really ugly game. Browns and Raiders. The Raiders, a 4-point favorite at home. The total 36.5. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, not a whole lot. No. I mean, this game is what it is, right? But, I'll say this, man. We're going to get to see Shedeur Sanders, all right, for the Browns. I'm with it. And against that Raiders defense, they're not that great, all right? We're being nice. I'm excited to see what Shedeur can do, man. I hate it that he's coming in with a team offensively that just really has no options, but they got a good defense here. Look, I think that I'm going to go with the Browns, man. I think that they're a better team, and I'm excited to see Shedeur. Good or bad, indifferent, I'm excited to see it. So, yeah, give me the Browns.
What is your favorite play in the NFL this weekend?
Man, okay. So, I think, honestly, the best play is to keep rolling with the Baltimore Ravens. Just keep going with them. I think that this team is ready to go. I know it's a big spread, but roll Baltimore here. I think they're going to do the job.
I like it. Let's go over to the college side of things. I guess before we get to any of these games, what do you make of what's been going on with this Lane Kiffin saga?
Man, all right, Lane Kiffin. I mean, my goodness, man. Like, what is going to happen? Do we have to know by the Egg Bowl? Like, you know what? Look, LSU's calling, Florida's calling, the New York Giants might be calling. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Lane stays. I'm going to be honest. I think that there's something nice in Oxford, and you're winning there. You ain't got to go anywhere else to win, baby.
Oh.
But it's hard to turn them down. What do you think, man? I know y'all been talking about it, right?
Man, I don't know. It sounds like right now it's down between Ole Miss and LSU. It seems like those might be the final two. We just read, I don't know if you saw it, athletic director Keith Carter put out a statement after their meeting today and basically said, we're going to just focus on the Egg Bowl, and we'll get a decision from them the Saturday after the Egg Bowl. And Darian pointed out, if I'm reading that and I'm an Ole Miss fan, I don't know if I feel really good about that, because a lot of people are saying you're going to get an answer today, or at the very least you're going to get an answer before the Egg Bowl. And now it's, we're going to focus on that game, and we'll just circle back to it on Saturday.
Yeah, they took a back off on that hard stance, right? Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, that is not a good statement you want to hear from Ole Miss. But again, man, who knows? It's Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin don't know what he's about to do. So, yeah, exactly, man.
Let's get into some of these games. A top 25 matchup tomorrow morning on ABC, Missouri and Oklahoma. It sounds like Bo Pribula, the starting quarterback for Missouri that has missed the last couple of weeks with an injury, it sounds like he will return for this game tomorrow morning. Oklahoma still a 6.5-point favorite. The total 42.5. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think it's too many points for Oklahoma. And again, I'm not saying that negatively against them, because the Sooners are just handling business left and right. But my goodness, man, like, how much do they have in the tank left? And they've got LSU next week. I like the over in this game. Missouri's going to score 7-3, nice football team, and Oklahoma's going to do it too. Low total, yeah, give me the over in this one. But if you had to bet a spread, I think I'd take Missouri, man. Oklahoma wins, but Missouri keeps it close.
I like it. USC, Oregon, another top 25 matchup in Eugene. Oregon, a double-digit favorite at home, 10.5-point favorite. The total 59.5. What do you like here?
Yeah, I like Oregon, and yeah, I know it is, a double-digit favorite. It's a big number, but I just don't know how much I believe in USC, and I like this USC team, man. I like what Lincoln Riley's done out there, but Dan Lanning's starting to get it back into form here. Had a big win last week, and I think they capitalized on it. Even though it's a big number, I'll still take the Ducks here, man, the double digits.
Alan, what is your favorite college football play of the weekend?
Yeah, Tennessee and Florida. Just take the over. It's going to be insanity, and it's going to be madness. And I'll also say Vanderbilt against Kentucky. Take Vanderbilt with the 8.5 points. That's going to lead to next week. Vanderbilt in Knoxville against Tennessee. Yeah, with a potential spot for the playoff. Oh, my goodness, that's going to be something. So, yeah, man, take Vanderbilt against Kentucky. They'll cover.
Yeah, that's going to be that could be a really, really fun game in Knoxville. Maybe, that's probably going to be the first time in a while that Tennessee fans have really been worried about a game against Vanderbilt. I saw some books are putting out early lines already for those, and I saw Tennessee only a 3.5-point favorite at home next week against Vanderbilt.
Wow. Yeah, Vanderbilt's going to be a very popular bet. If they beat Kentucky, oh, my goodness, man. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Alan, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the weekend. We'll do it again next Friday.
Look forward to it, boys. Y'all be good, man. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Right back at you. Thanks, Alan. Alan Bell joining us every single week from Driving the Line. I say it all the time, but go check out what they're doing over there at Driving the Line. You can find them on YouTube. They do, I believe, 2 daily shows every day, at least every weekday. They'll do one in the morning. They'll do one kind of middle of the afternoon. In morning, they'll give out a lot of picks. Then they'll kind of solidify other picks for the afternoon show. I know they usually do weekly shows around college football, weekly picks, NFL weekly picks, things like that. So they've got it going on over there. Make sure you check it out. And I forgot to mention to Alan, we won't be here next Friday. So we won't be talking to him next Friday. It will be couple weeks, and at that point, who knows what will be happening in the world of college sports?
Be upside down.
I mean, Lane Kiffin will be coaching every team in the country the next time we talk to Alan Bell.
A dual contract.
Yeah.
First half of the season.
That's right. Yeah, we're just gonna alternate every game. This week you're at LSU, next week you're at Ole Miss, the week after Florida.
Was that Phil Jackson and didn't coach away games? Like, he only coaches home games here. He only coaches away games. It's like,
are you the type of person that during, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Shoot.
Are you the type of person that keeps up with the flight trackers when it's coaching carousel season?
No, but it has become a thing in my life recently.
Okay, interesting.
Madden Field and our former colleague Griffin Demeray, they used to be at work watching the flights, and I'm like, what are y'all? Yeah, they're flight guys, so they kind of hit me to it a little bit.
I am not a flight tracker by any means because I mean, you don't know. I mean, I guess you can make an educated guess of who's on the plane, but you really never know.
It's actually, I mean, if the plane identifies it.
Sure,
it's like,
that's true.
What's the president's one? The Air Force One?
That's
like
right.
if Air Force One is moving,
right. And sometimes, but other times I'll see it's just like, there is a plane that is leaving, this town and heading to this place.
To give you some more insight, I don't know much about it, but I'm trying to help you understand it. I think each plane has a name.
Yeah, no, it does. But there was one time, like a couple years ago, same type of thing, coaching search, and there was like a big thing of this plane left from this town that has this coach that is going to this town. And it was like a booster going down there to see his daughter that like goes to school. Like it was something crazy, and like they all ended up finding out. And so I've never been a flight tracker, but supposedly. There was a flight either yesterday or today that people were tracking from Oxford, and it was on its way. Like when it took off, it said, we are landing in Gainesville, Florida, or there around. And then like 10 minutes after takeoff, it switched course and started heading to Baton Rouge.
Throw you off, dog.
So even the pilots are in on the kind
of like a UPS or a FedEx tracker, like you're tracking a package or something.
It's exactly what it is.
Like you're tracking a package. But like I said, the caveat is you don't know who's on that plane unless that plane identifies with said person.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where people kind of get off on it. Once you know that the BD F-45 is the Brian Dacus. Like if it's in the air, I'm assuming you're on it. That's all.
Yeah, no, but it's funny what people do to try to get their information. But we need to get to another break, and when we return, we're talking the Razorbacks. Ty Richardson from ESPN Arkansas. He joins us next.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With over 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event on now at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2025 Kia K4 LXS. We Gossett $145 a month, $39.95 due at signing. How about 2025 Kia Sorento LX? We Gossett $172 a month, $49.95 due at signing. And 2026 Kia K5 LXS. We Gossett $192 a month, $39.95 due at signing, all 24-month lease. Plus, they're all equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You just ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. Hurry to Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or online anytime at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 20,000 per year, 25 cents excess mileage, 650 acquisition fee, K4 SC 182 921, MSRP 24,850, Sorento SG 405 858, MSRP 34,275, K5 TS 421 572, MSRP 29,540. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 must finance through KFA. Excludes tax on license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the Brr months, and that means even more savings at Family Leisure. Why is this time of the year the best time of the year to shop at Family Leisure? Because Family Leisure has new stuff coming, so they need to make room. Need a cover for your hot tub? How convenient. Family Leisure has them starting at just $249. Need new spa steps or a cover lift? Family Leisure has those as well, starting at just $99. Let's say you don't have a hot tub or you want a new one. Pick yours right now, starting at $24.99. Get your laps in with a swim spa, and prices start at under $15,000. In-stock patio furniture, that's up to 50% off. Plus, if you need special financing, Family Leisure's got you covered. One final thing. Tell the folks at Family Leisure you heard this radio commercial. You get a free gift with a hot tub purchase. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus. Time to talk Razorbacks on Sports Time. Joining the guys is Ty Richardson from ESPN Arkansas to talk all things Hogs and SEC. On Twitter X at Ty Sports Radio, here's Ty Richardson with Bryant and Brett.
Come on, all you Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those Hogs!
Richardson from ESPN Arkansas joins us now to talk the Razorbacks, talk the SEC. Ty, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get into the Lane Kiffin saga towards the end of our conversation, but let's start with the Razorbacks. They're back in action tomorrow afternoon on the road against Texas. What do you make of this one? What do you expect to see tomorrow afternoon from the Razorbacks?
Well, I expect Arkansas to cover. I expect Texas to win, like a lot of games this season. This is one of the more hostile rivalries, the most hostile rivalry that the Razorbacks are involved in. It's more one-sided. They hate Texas. Not that Texas fans like Arkansas, but not to the degree that Razorback fans despise the Horns. But, yeah, I expect the Razorbacks to go into Austin, compete, maybe even have a lead in the fourth quarter, but find a way to lose, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of been the game plan for Texas all season. Like you mentioned, I mean, there have been a lot of games where it's been ugly performances, really close games, and then they find a way to win at the very end. Where are we now with the coaching search? What are people saying? What are the fans saying? What do the fans want for this opening? I know last week when we talked to you, it felt like James Franklin was a popular name around the Arkansas program, but now he's taken the Virginia Tech job. What are fans wanting right now with this Arkansas opening?
I think Pete Thamel just got on ESPN and said that it might be coming to an end this weekend. Didn't necessarily indicate who that was going to be. Credible ESPN college football and really college sports reporters. So they might have an answer, and I said they, as an Arkansas fan, might have an answer quicker than we realize. I don't necessarily have a name, Brian, that I could give you that would be credible, because I really don't know. But I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready to move on to the college football playoff or basketball season. I really just want to figure out who's leading the charge, and then let's go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you talk about you're ready to be over with it. I know another fan base that would like the coaching carousel conversation to come to an end. That's Ole Miss fans. What do you think happens with Lane Kiffin and this whole debacle?
I think part of Lane Kiffin's charm is his ability to add more chaos, add more thought to what he does, and then still find a way, despite creating some of the own mess, to get things done. Would not be surprised at all. Apparently, Keith Carter, I don't know if he put this out on social media, if this is being recorded, that they're going to tell Ole Miss fans what's happening after the Egg Bowl next week, and I could very easily be like Lane saying we have come to a contract extension with Lane Kiffin. I don't have inside knowledge what's going on for Oxford, don't pretend to, but I could definitely see Lane just having some fun with not just Ole Miss faithful, but college football media and really LSU and Florida fans too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see it going all three directions at this point. I could see him going to Florida. I could see him going to LSU. I could see him staying at Ole Miss. I think probably based on what I've seen, I would be a little more surprised if it was Florida at this point. But the other two, I could see it playing out any way. Darian brought up a good point earlier because you mentioned what Keith Carter said in a post on social media about that decision is going to be made the Saturday after the Egg Bowl. And Darian kind of brought up, like, we were told that a decision was going to be made before the Egg Bowl. We were told that a decision was going to be made at this meeting. Now it's, okay, we'll figure something out after the Egg Bowl. Darren, you made it sound like you weren't very confident if you were an Ole Miss fan with that type of statement.
Not at all, Tyler. But my point is, when you get called to the carpet, or if you are the leader and you're calling someone to said carpet, and once you go behind closed doors and you come out and your hands are kind of behind your back after throwing those stones, I don't believe that you necessarily won that battle. Him coming out of that battle saying, hey, we have a decision, whatever that decision may be, whether it's, decision A or decision B, a decision has come to fruition. The fact that it hadn't, I think that led to Kiffin probably drawing some lines in the sand saying, hey, this ain't what's going to happen.
You think he's dictating? It's hard not to. I mean, this is a program that hasn't had this type of success in 60-plus years. And, if Lane Kiffin wins in Oxford, he's right next to Archie Manning. And some might even put him above him, just depending on how things shake out. There's a lot that can happen between now and not just the Egg Bowl next weekend, but in the several weeks that follow with a potential college football playoff. And I would think almost a sure thing at this point for Ole Miss, barring just a wild craziness of chaos that could come here in the next few weeks. So, Darian, it sounds like as an Ole Miss fan, you're a little worried. So we'll see what happens following the Egg Bowl that Saturday.
Yeah, we absolutely will. Quickly, before we let you go, Ty, the basketball team, they survived one earlier this week against Winthrop. A big game next week. They've got Jackson State tonight, but then on Thanksgiving, a big one against Duke. What did you see in that win against Winthrop, and what do you expect next week against Duke?
Well, they're playing a bad team tonight, Jackson State. You can't beat them soundly. You're in trouble in Chicago against the Blue Devils. But you just saw a team that hasn't figured out how you have to play down the stretch. They were up 13 against Stanford the other night and only won by 4. Then you're down 6, and you luckily closed it out. I guess you're down 5, and you end up winning by 1. So scary situation for the Hogs, and just lucky that you got the benefit of some bounces, and hopefully they can start really getting it going here. They'll play the likes of Duke, Louisville, and Houston before conference play.
Yeah, no, they'll certainly have opportunities to get big wins. Throw in Texas Tech in there as well, currently a ranked team. Yep. So they definitely have some big-time matchups left on the non-conference schedule. But Ty, as always, thanks so much for joining us. We will be out next Friday, so we won't talk to you a week from now. Happy Thanksgiving, and who knows what will be going on when we talk to you next in 2 weeks.
That sounds great, Brian. Darren, good to meet you, man.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Thanks, Ty. Ty Richardson joining us from ESPN Arkansas. He joins us every week to talk the Razorbacks and the SEC.
He pretty much gave me his answer. I was going to tee him up, but like you said, he pretty much answered it before I could ask it. But we had Lee Sterling on earlier today, and Lee said, I quote, if Arkansas can play smart ball, they will not only cover, they probably can win this game. But it just didn't seem like Ty was bought into it. If they play smart, it wasn't about talent, but smart. No turnovers, etc.
That's a big.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I struggle to trust any team that has an interim head coach in, because there's a reason you have an interim head coach in most of the time. It's because the team's not very good and you fired your head coach. So I struggle trying to pick a team to win outright against anybody.
Even if the interim was a former head coach?
Yes. Because the team's just bad. He can come in and do everything. It's still a team that's struggling. But with this Texas team, I would not be surprised at all if we saw them come out and punch Texas in the mouth, and it's a close game. And like he said, Texas maybe wins by a field goal or so. But right now, we got to wrap up this hour and get to another break. When we return, we're talking more wagering. We'll ask Bruce Marshall his thoughts on that Texas and Arkansas game. So don't go anywhere. Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports. He joins us next.
If you love sports and Mexican food, you can get the best of both at Los Cabos Mexican Bar and Grill on Summer near Graham. Watch all the big games on all the big TVs on all the walls at Los Cabos, and enjoy premium tequila shots anytime for just $5.50. Celebrate every day with lunch specials from 10 to 3 and happy hour from 3 to 8. Lunch is just $6.75 to $10.99 and margaritas start at $3.99. Experience real Mexican cuisine along with great sports at Los Cabos on Summer near Graham.
Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis has serious vans for serious work. At 4430 American Way, they are the Mid-South source for cargo, passenger, crew vans, and custom chassis. Need one or a full fleet? New or used, they've got it with fleet solutions and custom upfits. Certified techs keep you moving with fast maintenance, repairs, and a large parts inventory. Mercedes-Benz Van Center is your Sprinter Van headquarters, 901-237-9302 or sprintervans.com. Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis, part of the Tag Truck Center family, driven to keep you on the road.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door, literally, to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts in person.
Hi, welcome in.
They're powered by Smart Tech and ready to do your taxes for you. Get real-time updates while you go about your day. Confident your taxes are done right. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. TurboTax stores opening soon. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
We're only a few weeks in, and the NBA season is already wild. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code HERD. That's promo code HERD. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins with promo code HERD in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Hey, Mid-South, I got him on the line. Rockin' Ronnie. Hey, I hear it's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gossett Hyundai South Mount Moriah. Ronnie, what's up over there?
Randy, take your pick. A 2026 Hyundai Sonata or a 2026 Hyundai Tucson. $288.46 a month.
And that's your choice, 2026 Hyundai Sonata or Hyundai Tucson. Only $288.46 a month. What else you got?
A 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL. $395.01 a month, plus no payments for 90 days available.
Plus, every Gossett Hyundai comes with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance.
As for me, Rockin' Ronnie at Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or shop online at HyundaiMountMoriah.com.
Don't you dare miss the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gossett Hyundai South Mount Moriah.
Sonata GA 527,625, MSRP 29,135, Tucson GA 647,870, MSRP 31,480, Palisade TU 156,888, MSRP 45,580, include all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax on license, CD for complete details, offer valid through end of the month, approved credit dealer stock only, must finance through HMA.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. A little bit busier than it was 15-20 minutes ago. I-40, it's moving up here right now at Wright Station as traffic starts to get a bit heavier through Midtown just in the last few minutes. Been a little bit slow to get started this afternoon with that volume. They're on 240 southbound at South Parkway. Again, plenty of radar in our area. Be careful. Hey, Reimer's Jewelry, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by and see them this holiday weekend and shop local and save a ton of money at Reimer's Jewelry out on Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, we are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Darian with you this afternoon. We got to talk some wagering, and we do it at this time every single week with Bruce Marshall.
Joining the guys every Friday is college football historian and Vegas legend Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insiders, CBS Sports, and his own website, bamsports.net. With over 30 years on Memphis radio, with handicapping and sports talk, here's Bruce Marshall with Bryant and Brett.
Bruce Marshall joins us now from Vegas Insider and CBS Sports. A lot to talk about, but Bruce, before we get into any of these games, got to get your thoughts on Lane Kiffin, what's going on right now with Ole Miss, with LSU, with Florida. I know you join a show every week down in Baton Rouge. What do they think is happening? What do you think is happening right now with Lane Kiffin?
You know, it's interesting, Brian. That's the first thing they asked me about the last 3 weeks, because I go a couple hours earlier on Friday with those guys, and that's all they want to talk about. What's Kiffin going to do? And I told them what I thought. I know, Brett doesn't think he's going to leave, and I'm not sure he is either. I believe Kiffin, in a way, is sort of like Jerry Jones, and let me explain. He likes the commotion. He likes being the center of attention. He likes the discussion. And just because his ex-wife and a couple kids went to visit Gainesville and Baton Rouge this week, I think that just sort of plays into the narrative. Where it's like Jerry is that I am convinced that Jones does things just to get himself in the news. He loves microphones shoved in his face. He loves to talk to the press. And he'll go to any length to do that, including kind of an absurd holdout thing with Micah Parsons and then trading him. It didn't make any sense, and he's done that before. But I think Jerry just wants so much attention, and he just lives for that. He'll do anything to get, microphone shoved in his face. By the same token, it is in Lane's sort of persona and the image and the Lane brand to keep everybody guessing like this. And every year, it's not, even if he stays this year, next year the same thing's going to happen, and he loves it. And Jimmy Sexton's taken advantage of that and gotten him more money at Ole Miss. I kind of think that's what's going to happen again, but I don't know for sure. But I think it's sort of that. I think Kiffin just sort of loves all the speculation about him and does nothing to slow it down. A lot of coaches wouldn't do that, but that's just Lane. And that's my thought. And but like you guys, I have no idea what he's going to do. But I do know the LSU guys and the Florida people are all kind of waiting. And secondarily, Lane's getting more coverage out of this than Eli is at Mizzou. Oh, yeah. But I believe Eli is in just as much the same frame as Kiffin. Maybe Kiffin gets to say no first, but the same stuff with Eli. He's just not getting as much coverage. At least outside of Columbia, they're talking about it there, but not as much coverage nationwide as Lane is.
Let's talk about Eli's team. They're in action tomorrow morning against number 8 Oklahoma. It sounds like Bo Pribula, the starting quarterback that has missed the last couple of weeks with an injury, it looks like he is going to be able to play, or is going to try to play tomorrow against Oklahoma. Right now, though, the Sooner is a 6.5-point favorite at home. The total 42.5. What do you like in this game?
Yeah, Brian, interesting. Zollers didn't play all that bad last week, and I think, he's the guy going forward. I would not be surprised if Eli leaves if he takes Zollers with him. I don't want to have him leaving Missouri. Apparently, he does like it at Missouri, but it's might have a chance to get one of these really plum jobs. We'll see. Pribula, though, was good earlier in the year, but I don't think Zollers is that bad. I think Oklahoma probably wins. I'm a little leery laying points with the Sooners just because the way their games have gone here. Mateer is doing a little bit more in recent games, and I think he's further he gets beyond that hand surgery, the more effective he's going to become, and of course he can run as well. What Oklahoma does, though, and this is a Brent Venables special, this whole team, it's defense with them. And they score. That defense makes big plays and scores. This is like the SEC version of the Denver Broncos defense. They can turn the game around. They did it at Tennessee. They did it at Alabama. And that's what scares me here, recommending Mizzou. So I think Oklahoma probably extends this beyond a touchdown. It's not nearly my favorite game on the card this week. But I'll call it 26-17 Sooners, and we'll see what happens.
I like it. Let's go to another top 25 matchup tomorrow afternoon. USC and Oregon. Right now, Oregon, a double-digit favorite at home, 10.5-point favorite at home in Eugene, total 59.5. What do you like in this game?
I sort of like USC, and I don't know that I'm totally on board with Oregon being this powerhouse. I know they're really good, but a couple of the wins don't look as good maybe as they did at the time. The Penn State one in particular, they did lose that one at home to the Hoosiers. Had trouble against big trouble against Iowa. They had to pull that game out in the last seconds. Did not cover at home against Wisconsin. I know a lot of people like Dante Moore. I don't know. I still remember Moore as a freshman at UCLA a couple of years ago struggling a bit. I know he's progressed a lot from there, but I'm not totally sold they can extend this margin out to double digits against SC, which has got some offense. And they're living a little bit of a charmed life. I don't think they should have won that game against Iowa last week. Kirk Ferentz sort of played into their hands with some really bad play calling late. And Nebraska, I think, probably would have beat SC 2 years ago if Dylan Raiola didn't get hurt in the second half when Nebraska was ahead. But Jaden Maeva has got some weapons. McKay Lemon and some of these receivers are big play threats, and they've got some depth in the backfield. They've had injuries there, and King Miller, who's a walk-on, I think, has come in and really run well. And we know Lincoln Riley's offense is very creative, and the defense seems to be able to make some plays. So I think it's going to be close. Maybe, and SC is right. This is the playoffs start this week for USC, perhaps Oregon too, but they really start for SC. Lose, they're out. And I think they put up a fight. 34-31 Oregon. I think the Ducks win, but maybe don't cover in Eugene tomorrow.
Bruce, we're down here in SEC country, as you know, and I want to give all of my any of my Razorback listeners some hope that they could call the Hogs down there in Texas. So I'm looking at this game on the board, the Texas Longhorns versus the Arkansas Razorbacks. Neither team has been stellar against the spread. Arkansas 4-6 against the spread. Texas 2-8. Give us some kind of hope, or what are your thoughts on if the Razorbacks can actually cover this, let alone win?
Well, Darren, I think they got a shot, and I thought when they promoted Petrino, I thought they're going to get one of these games. And man, they've come close. They haven't won one yet, and I get it. And there was a faction of Arkansas people that if Petrino did something here, they might have been willing to give him a shot to come back. But he's going to be really hard to sell. I don't think it's going to happen since he hasn't won yet. But they've been close. I mean, last week, just typical. I mean, right there at the end, and, LSU wins by a point. They've still got some offense. They're competitive every week. And, frankly, I think something is wrong with Texas. And all season long, I have thought Sark, Kyle Flood's the coordinator, but Sark calls the plays. Neither of them, especially Sark, has not done any favors for Arch Manning. And they've got him just too much in the pocket. Manning's not fast, but he is kind of mobile, and he can run fairly well. And every time I watch Texas, I just say, what are they doing with Arch here? At times he looks pretty good. This team has been really disappointing this year, really so. And I know now Sark's got to be talking. There's some talk about him. Now he's denied it. Let's see if he denies it in January, if he really is, we've heard this before. Listen, I lived through Nick Saban saying he was never going to leave the Dolphins. And then next thing you know, I took the Alabama job after everybody was talking to him about it. I don't know what Sark is going to do, but I do think this is a situation to watch. And Texas I am not laying points at Texas. Arkansas plus, I think there's a chance for the upset, but certainly plus the points. I'm going Razorbacks tomorrow.
I like it. Tomorrow night, Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech down in Atlanta. Pittsburgh, they took the loss last week that moved them outside of the top 25 right now. Georgia Tech, a 2.5-point favorite at home. The total 61.5. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I wonder. By the way, my first thought here is Haynes King. I am hoping he's in the Heisman, the final 3 or 4 who get to go to New York. He is my new Heisman vote. I don't think there's a more valuable player in the country, and I feel kind of justified here. When I was back at ACC Media Days in Charlotte in July, right after the week after SEC, I voted. Everybody's loving Cade Klubnik and talking about Belichick, and I put in Haynes King to be the MVP of the league, and I put in Georgia Tech to win the league. There weren't many other people doing that. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, but I do think King is very, very important. On the other side, the freshman Mason Heinschel sort of got shown up last week. Is Notre Dame, but Pitt was nowhere in that game. Now, Pat Narduzzi made a point before. Listen, that was not as big a game for us as the last two against Georgia Tech and Miami. Oh, he's right, but and they might have a chance here. I mean, this is a very short spread. Georgia Tech's defense at times this season has just not looked all that great. I mean, Boston College was moving pretty well last week. But I'm going to back Haynes King. I think Brent Key's got this team this far, and King will be the difference. As good as Heinzel has looked this year, I would rather have King at a short price like this. I kind of think that'll be the difference. 34-27 Georgia Tech. Then they get Georgia in Atlanta next week, and there's still all to play for the Yellow Jackets. We'll see.
Yeah, that one will be very interesting. Another SEC game tomorrow night, Tennessee on the road against Florida. The Volunteers, a 4.5-point favorite on the road. Obviously, Florida 3-7 season has not gone their way. We talked about it. They all have their sights set on Lane Kiffin and not as much on what happens the rest of the season on the field. What do you think about this game tomorrow night?
Well, you guys are old, and I'm not as old as me, but remember, and this used to be like the featured game.
Oh yeah.
Like in several years in the SEC, so it's downgraded a little bit from that. And frankly, Florida, with the erratic form, I mean, they've had 3 games with Billy Gonzalez, and they've had 2 really good efforts. They haven't won yet, but the Georgia and the Ole Miss efforts were very good. You guys saw the Ole Miss game last week, and a really bad one in between against Kentucky. So what are we going to get from Florida this week? And that's sort of been their pattern this year. I mean, they beat Texas at home. There were some games they looked good, and some other games they just looked wretched. I don't trust Florida, and I'm not sure that I trust Florida less than I trust Tennessee out on the road. Tennessee should or could easily be 9-1 right now. They are still kicking themselves over that Georgia game back on September 13th and a couple weeks ago against Oklahoma. And at home, overtime in the first one against Georgia, those are games they think they should have won. Aguiar has generally been up to it this year. So I even though I don't love laying points at Tennessee, and they would need such a wild set of circumstances to get back involved in the playoff. I don't think it's going to happen. They'll probably spend New Year's Day down in Florida in one of those Tampa or Orlando games instead. But I am going to lean to them to bet this week because I just don't trust Florida, what's going on there. I mean, a couple weeks ago, Lagway did get pulled in that game at Kentucky, so I just don't trust Florida. So let's call it 31-23 Tennessee. See what happens.
Thank you. What is your favorite play in college football this weekend?
I'm going to give you Arizona against Baylor. We're laying about 6 here. I think Baylor's situation is really one you got to watch. First of all, they're not bowl eligible yet, and there have been a couple teams in the Big 12 really disappointing. K-State's been one, but I think Baylor's been more disappointing, mainly because now Sawyer Robertson still put up some pretty good numbers. It's the defense that has been really bad this year for Baylor, and it started off. I mean, that's the only team Jackson Arnold looked good against for Auburn, so that gives you an indication there. But if you just look at their score lines here, they're giving up 40 plus almost every week. Utah pretty much just ran the ball down their throat last week. And there's other things going on at Baylor. Mack Rhodes, the AD, stepped down this week. We know he had to step down from the College Football Playoff Committee. He's also stepped down from his position at Baylor as AD. Little vacuum there. The school president has had to come out and say, vote of confidence for Dave Aranda. Let's see if that happens in January. They lose their next 2. They got a new AD coming in. Aranda's situation, I would watch this very carefully. I think they're a go-against. They had a 6-game spread losing streak before they beat UCF, and they got whipped again last week. Arizona hadn't played all that bad, and they could easily be like Tennessee. This team could be 9-1. They lost a couple very close games this season to BYU and to Cincinnati, but Noah Fafita has really recovered this year from a bad 2024. 24 TD passes, 4 picks, and the same goes for the head coach Brent Brennan, who's rehabilitated himself this year. Arizona wins this game handily tomorrow in the desert, and I would watch this Baylor situation as we move towards late November into December.
Definitely. Talking to Bruce Marshall, he joins us every single Friday to talk wagering. Let's go over to the NFL and get to some of the games over there on Sunday, and I'll start with a big one Sunday afternoon, the Eagles and the Cowboys. Eagles a 3.5-point favorite, the total 47.5. What do you like Sunday afternoon in Dallas?
I kind of like this one under the total a little bit. I think Dallas's defense has some of those the additions they made at the deadline and Quentin Williams and other. I mean, that they're playing a little bit better. I don't want to get carried away by the Raider game on Monday night, but they did play the Eagles very close in the opener on that Thursday night. I was at a Pittsburgh Pirates game, actually, against the Dodgers, and was watching that on my phone. But the Eagles, I'm wondering if something's going on there. I mean, we're hearing some stuff, and players, we've heard A.J. Brown mouthing off all year, but now there's some things filtering out about the team is not too thrilled with Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're winning, and they haven't lost since that game against the Giants, but they're covering, too, but not that impressively. My first thought is under the total here. I just don't think either. I think this will be a lower scoring game. The first game only went 44. We might go about there. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas makes this thing close. I mean, the Eagles are just not impressing me that much. So if I had to do something plus 3.5, I think I'd take it. I think this game could land on 3, and that extra hook could be a plus for the Cowboys.
I like it.
Bruce, a lot of times teams in the league see dynasties as a let's all band together and take them down. So we're all banding together to take down the Chiefs and give them this knockout blow. I'm looking at this Indiana KC game at 3.5. Is this a trap game for Indiana, or is Indiana fully expected to go in here and handle KC? Your thoughts?
I think it's a trap game for the Colts, and I'm not ready to write off the Chiefs yet. I mean, they are. I know they've been losing. I know they've been losing these one-score games, but that's the operative. These are one-score games, and it's just the way the games have sequenced at the end. Now, it didn't. Now, last week, the thing last week, I mean, Mahomes had the ball a couple of possessions well in the fourth quarter that would have been game-winning possessions normally for the Chiefs, and they couldn't get it done. Now, I credit Denver's defense for that, but Kansas City is not that far off. Trust me, they haven't fallen off the map. And a couple of these losses are understandable. They lost to Buffalo last year, too, and they had those 2 right at the start of the season. They've generally played pretty well since the first 2 weeks. The Colts, what bothers me about the Colts is the Pittsburgh game a couple weeks ago. Daniel Jones reverted back to the Giants version of Daniel Jones. A lot of mistakes. And I know Jonathan Taylor's having a big year, and I hear all this anti-Kansas City stuff, but I'm backing the Chiefs this week. I think they come back. I need to see a little more evidence for the Colts. Listen, the Chiefs, it's almost in the playoffs almost start now. Yeah. For them, they are on the outside looking in, and they lose to go to 5-6. They may not recover from that. I don't think they're going to lose. I think they win by at least a touchdown here. I'm taking KC.
I like it. Bruce, what is your favorite NFL play of the weekend?
You're going to think I'm a little nuts here. If I knew Joe Burrow was playing for sure, I would take the Bengals against the Patriots, but I'm not sure, so I'll make that a secondary pick. I'm going to give you Jacksonville. And normally this bite my tongue because they have burned me in the past and untrustworthy and Trevor Lawrence up and down. But something happened, last week. I mean, they took the Chargers to the woodshed last week. And I think this defense is real. Listen, Arizona is kind of a mess. And don't be swayed by Jacoby Brissett's stats last week. 47 completions and all. They were way behind the whole game. He was throwing on every down. The 49ers were playing loose on defense. It's very misleading. Since they made the move full-time to Brissett, he's our number one guy, they have been boat raced in 2 games in a row. Brissett is not a long-term answer for them. I'm sorry. He's a great backup. But 10 years or so in the league, he is not a number one quarterback. And this defense is making mistakes. This team is in self-destruct mode for much of the season. And I think Jacksonville might have something going here. If that was an indicator last week, I'm going to take the Jaguars. Very short price down in the desert. But listen, Arizona's what? They lost 7 of 8 since they won their first 2. This team's bad news. Yeah. I'm going to take the Jags.
Before we let you go, Bruce, kind of feast week getting started today into the weekend. Anything you like in college basketball tonight?
Yeah, I got a few of them there. I'd watch these games in Kansas City. Kansas State. You guys knew P.J. Haggerty last year. Memphis.
37 points.
He scored 20 a game at Tulsa, 20 a game in Memphis. He's scoring almost 30 a game for K-State. This is like a portal all-star team that Jerome Tang has, and they took out Mississippi State. You guys might have seen that last night. They're playing Nebraska tonight. They'll have some fans in Kansas. This game's in Kansas City. They're a slight underdog. I will take Kansas State in that one. And really late tonight, the last game on the card, I'm going to give you an under in this one. Presbyterian at UCLA. Mick Cronin he benched a lot of his starters in the last game against Sac State because he said they weren't playing enough defense. Well, they ended up, Sac State only scored 48. They scored 17 in the first half. He's got them playing defense again. I don't think Presbyterian's offense is really struggling. They're not going to score 50 points tonight. Under 132.5. Presbyterian at UCLA.
I like it. Bruce, where can we find more of you?
Yeah, thanks. Check me out online. All these picks, a lot of stuff this weekend. Up there, the old standbys, VegasInsider.com. Also, go to CBS Sportsline, Sportsline.com. I got picks up there, too. And for picks with a different twist, go to PicksandParlays.com or WinnersAndWiners.com.
Bruce, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And we'll be off next Friday, so we'll catch back up with you in 2 weeks, all right?
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanksgiving.
Bruce Marshall joining us every single week to talk some wagering. And
Cowboys. Got them in there.
Hey, I mean, I love to ask about the Cowboys. I want some hope. You're trying to get some hope for the for Arkansas. I'm trying to get some hope for
most definitely.
Trying to get some hope for myself. I don't care about I don't care about hope for anything else.
I was just reading up. I forget about this. That Philadelphia is on the verge of becoming the first NFC East team to repeat as division champs. I forgot. Y'all have that 20-some year run where nobody's repeated.
That's right.
It's kind of like Mercury Morris. Every year you pop the bottle because you're not going to do it. So I mean, Philly has a pretty good chance.
Yeah. Well, it's really it's just bad. It's bad
by default,
division. You know. Yeah. I mean,
it's also by default too. Washington didn't come to play.
No, when they've been
Giants are the Giants, and you guys are surprising right now.
Thank you. Well,
got a chance.
Surprising with the game on Monday.
Yeah.
Some news just coming out of the college basketball and the college basketball betting scandal scene. Front Office Sports reporting earlier this afternoon, the NCAA has permanently banned former Temple guard Hysier Miller for betting on Owls games. This is one of the he's one of the first guys that was investigated for gambling. It says he wagered $473 across 42 parlays, including 3 bets against his own team. So, how about that? He's betting against his own team. That's what will get you when you're betting against your own team.
So do.
So that was about, I just did the math. 473 on 42 parlays. It's about $11 parlay.
Oh. You know what? You're right. Okay. Because I was trying to do 473 times 42. That's not right. Okay, you're divided. Okay, because I was like, hey, he dropped a pretty coin, but
no.
That's about average.
Yeah,
I average about $8. I average probably about $7-8 a bet.
The problem is betting parlays. You don't bet parlays. Yeah. You bet
straight up.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we all know those don't pay out. You bet $11 for straight up. You're something to get back $3.
Here's the thing, Darren. You put together a 4-leg parlay. You win 3. You lose 1. You don't win anything. You bet 4 straights. You win 3 of them. You miss 1. Hey, you get a payout.
You get a Scooby snack.
That's right. But the Scooby snacks add up to become the big prize that you want these quick, fast cash parlays to be. So.
I think the thrill of it is the mental aspect of it. When you're putting those together and you wholeheartedly believe that you're going to win, that $5 and you see you can turn it into 38,000.
Well, I forgot who I was talking to. You were just putting together a parlay before the segment.
And I didn't have the courage to ask for any help because they just said just ball it all.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
I have a tendency to throw away $2 or $3.
That happens every once in a while. Well, we're gonna get to a break here in just a second, but before we do that, let me remind you, it's perfect time to head down to Frontier Western Store. Family owned and operated since 1967, Frontier Western is your one-stop shop for all the biggest brands in Western wear. the one-stop shop for Carhartt in the Mid-South, but they've also got you covered with plenty of other brands. When it comes to shirts, shorts, jeans, outerwear, whatever you're looking for, they've got it. If you need a new pair of jeans, well, Frontier Western is the place you need to get to. They've got all the brands from Ariat all the way down to Wrangler, and you'll love how easy it is to find the perfect size and style for you. While you're down there, check out Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Whether it's work boots or dress boots, Frontier has you covered for the entire family with plenty of in-stock proven classics like Ariat, Dam Post, and Durango, and that's just to name a few. Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know you'll be getting the best deals. Head down to 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and check out the entire selection. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Frontier Western Store. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we're going to talk Brad Bellamy from Landers Ford. He'll join us with his Landers Locks. That's next on Sports Time.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Are you ready for what's next, Mid-South? We got it going on at Gossett Mitsubishi's new location, 1956 Covington Pike. So get out here and take your pick. 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, standard third row, or 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Your choice, only $399 a month. How about 2025 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, super all-wheel control for dynamic performance? We got it $413 a month, or buy it for $30,245. Plus 0% for 60 months available. And peace of mind with our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1956 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
PHEV SE 00816 MSRP 42615 Sport SUO 112 859 MSRP 29050 Eclipse SEO 39001 MSRP 32745 PF 895 595 acquisition fee includes all rebates and incentives 895 PF excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Five-Ash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Memphis Tigers basketball is heating up, and now's your chance to lock in on all the action at FedEx Forum. Choose from 2 exciting 3-game mini plans. Go with a 3-point play pack featuring tickets to Baylor, North Texas, and Charlotte, or build your own with a 3-game pick'em plan where you select any 3 home games excluding Baylor. Don't miss out. Visit GoTigersGo.com/tickets today and secure your seats. Go Tigers Go!
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. A few rain showers still out here in certain areas. 240 starting to pick up on to 385. Headed out towards Collierville. It's loading up even more now on 240 South, trying to get out of Midtown as you work your way past South Parkway. Hey, give the gift of cooling this holiday season. You get 40% off right now. Zips Car Wash, gift cards and wash books. Check them out online. It's easy. It's zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Darian with you this afternoon, and we got to talk some more wagering. Brad Bellamy from Landers Ford. He joins us every Friday to give us his Landers locks. Brad, thanks so much for joining us. Before we get to those Landers locks, how's everything going over at Landers Ford?
Oh, things are great, man. Things are great. It's shaping up to be a great close to the month, and really excited about Black Friday next week. In fact, I decided in the last 45 seconds that we're going to go ahead and make an announcement on your show today. It's going to be the only place that we announce this until Sunday. But anybody listening to your show this afternoon, or anybody on the podcast, if you mention this, we will start our Black Friday program. It's going to kick off on Monday. We're going to start it today up until tomorrow. So what we're offering next week is if you buy a new or used car, we got a 65-inch TV to go along with it.
Holy cow.
So new car, used car, that program kicks off on Monday. But any of your listeners, as of 4:30 this afternoon, so tonight, tomorrow, if they mention that they heard it on here, we will go ahead and give them that TV early. They don't have to wait till Monday. So 65-inch TV if you buy a new or used car at Landers Ford in Collierville. And that's going to run through the Saturday after Black Friday. So they'll have it for a week, your listeners, right here on Sports Time.
Wow, that is incredible. I mean, that is an unbelievable offer
like a new
by
TV,
itself.
right?
But then the fact that you are giving that to the listeners, we absolutely, really appreciate that, Brad. That is really, really good stuff. So deals going on. We got Thanksgiving, Black Friday next week. You got any plans for Thanksgiving next week?
Yeah, my family keeps trying to add to my list. So we'll figure it out. I can guarantee you one thing. That, like I've done every year for the last 20, I will definitely be watching the Lions game with no interruptions from anybody that around me. Yes. So, and I'll probably have some wager on the team playing against them, and my wife will get mad because, I got to look at both sides. But yeah, looking forward to Thanksgiving. Really excited about what we got right now. So we got 0 for 66 months on F-150, on Explorer, on Cargo Transits, on Escape. And then we got some nice deals on Broncos. We got Bronco Sports price below invoice at A-plan pricing. So one thing about the TV, just to clarify, if it's somebody, we do have listeners that are plan customers. Unfortunately, program rules make it we can't add anything to those. But anybody else out there, I just got to throw that little disclaimer out. But and then also the other thing that we're going to have for Black Friday, same deal. If they mention it, we'll do it. Right now, Ford's got a works rebate of $20. So if you come in, you get a works package, which is an oil change, tire rotation. Ford's going to do a $20 rebate. We are also going to match that. So we're going to do $20 in Ford Pass Rewards points. Anybody that mentions that tomorrow to come in for an oil change works package, we'll go ahead and honor that too. That's going to kick off on Monday. And then Ford also has buy Ford tires, get a $150 rebate. So some great programs for service, and a reminder that we got pickup and delivery. So we'll come pick up your car, bring it in, take it back to you same day for maintenance. Mobile service, go out to your house, do recalls on site at your house. And then also you can bring it in here, enjoy our nice Folgers Black Silk coffee, hang out with us, maybe watch a little football tomorrow. But it's going to be a great time, and here to serve you. When it comes to servicing needs, we want to meet you where you want to be met here at Landers Ford. So really excited about all we got going on. And then all of our EVs, 0 for 72 months, and we got them all priced at Ford employee pricing. So some great deals on those as well.
Yeah, really, really good deals there. Well, Brad, let's go ahead and get to the Landers locks for this weekend. What are you looking at?
Brian, I'm going to change it up. After last week, I'm going to change it up this week.
All right.
And we're going to start with NFL.
Okay, let's do it. I'm all in.
Starting with NFL will give us better mojo on both the college and the NFL picks. So, Michael Pittman, the odds this week are to me way too high. He's plus 270 to get a touchdown at Kansas City. Had a lot of good connections with Daniel Jones this year. And plus 270 seems really high for a guy that's already had 6 touchdowns this season. So, didn't have one last week, but man, that seems like great odds and a great opportunity to maybe buy low. And I like the fact that it's, I think they're going to put up some points in that game. So Michael Pittman plus 270, love it. Also, T. Higgins has been on a nice little run. He has scored a lot of touchdowns lately, 7 on the year. I think that streak can continue, especially since Jamar Chase is out this week. So I really like T. Higgins. I see him at plus 125. And then also the running backs in Chicago keep scoring touchdowns. I'm going to go with Kyle Monaghanai to get a touchdown right now. I show him at plus 225. So again, the 2 of these 3 hit, you're looking at a pretty nice little payout. And I really think that Steelers-Bears game, it makes up for a good opportunity for the running back to get over the end zone. So Michael Pittman at KC plus 270, Kyle Monaghanai plus 225 at home against the Steelers, and then T. Higgins at home against the Pats. Jamar Chase on the sidelines, not playing because he had some projectile come out of his mouth last week. So I think it's a great opportunity to get T. Higgins to keep going on the run.
Yeah, no, I think you are absolutely right about that. I love all 3 of these, and I'm a big mojo guy, Brad. So if you ever need to switch it up, you need to change it up, it's always fine by me. Sometimes you just got to do it. You got to change the vibes, and we're definitely doing that today. If I like Higgins, we could get Joe Burrow back this weekend. Still kind of unsure if he'll go or not. But certainly if you got that QB1 in there, and that I think makes things a lot easier for T. Higgins to find the end zone.
Yeah, and he's been performing with Flacco, right?
That's right.
He hasn't needed Burrow. So, it's already been working. And that's why I like it. It's not a situation where he's got a backup quarterback coming in. If the starter comes in, then obviously there might be a little rust to shake off for Burrow. But, they've had a natural connection
That's right.
Throughout his entire career in Cincinnati. So, should be interesting to see how that all shakes out. And obviously, the Pats after the Bills lost last night, they were really in the driver's seat to win that division, and potentially they could be home field advantage in the playoffs in the AFC. Which who would have thought at the beginning of the year, the Colts and the Patriots would be battling for first place in the American Football Conference.
It's wild. You look at some of the leaders in the divisions right now. You just mentioned those 2 teams. You can throw the Bears in there. The fact that those 3 teams are at the top of their divisions, really, really weird this year. But hey, that's kind of the NFL for you. At times, you always expect the unexpected there. What do you like in college football this weekend?
So we'll start with a team that I wrote a lot this year, Vandy. Instead of going the spread, I'm actually going to take the under in this game. So under 53.5. The last couple of, outside of last week, the last couple of games that Vandy's had at home in the SEC have both been underplays. And Kentucky, other than last week, they've not produced a lot of points, but they have produced a pretty stout defense. So I like the under in that game. Another game that I got burned on a few weeks ago, I don't think I picked it on the show, but I got burned at home, was when Tulane went to UTSA. And there was a stat line that came out about the fact that UTSA does not lose at home. And Memphis showed us that last year. Tulane showed us that earlier this year. And I don't think they've lost in the American in like 4 years or something crazy like that. So they're an underdog against ECU. Give me UTSA at home plus 2.5.
I like it.
USC, big game, going up to Oregon. Right now, 10.5 points is the spread, which I think is way too high. Oregon's offense has been mediocre this year. They've not been what we've seen That Iowa game was really close. They won 15-13. I picked Iowa in that game. I think that was like a 6-point spread. They're at home, but the last time they were at home against a top 25 team, they lost to Indiana. So I'm going to take USC plus 10.5. They've lost twice this year, both on the road. Pretty close games against Notre Dame. They lost by 10. So I'm going to take them to cover. And then the last game, SMU minus 2.5 at home against Louisville. They got everything to play for in this game. I don't know what distractions are going on with Louisville and the possibility of Braum going somewhere else, but I know SMU just locked down their head coach. So SMU minus 2.5 home against Louisville. I love that line. I think that's a great opportunity to make some money this week, guys.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And SMU has been really good at home this year. They pulled that upset earlier, I guess, to start November, or maybe it was late October to beat Miami. I think that might have been the first weekend of November, beating Miami. So they've been really good at home. So, yeah, I like that a lot. And I love where you're at with UTSA at home. They've been a force inside their home stadium. Brad, before we let you go, tell us one more time about all the deals y'all have got over at Landers.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Bryant. So anybody listening to the show, you come out tonight, tomorrow. You mentioned you heard it on here. We got a TV for you, 65-inch TV coming your way if you buy a new or used car here at Landers Ford in Collierville. And that works with all of our other rebates, our 0 for 66 on F-150 or Explorer. And same deal with our program on service. So you come out, get an oil change works package tomorrow. We'll match that $20 rebate from Ford and give you $20 in Ford Pass Rewards points. So really excited, guys, about Black Friday. We think it's going to be a huge week for us. I got a whole bunch of TVs ready to give out to customers and start putting those pictures on our Facebook page.
Yeah, that is an incredible deal, and we really appreciate you giving that out to us early and letting the listeners in on that. I know a lot of people should be taking advantage of that tonight, tomorrow, into the weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Well, Brad, if it doesn't say Landers,
you paid too much.
That's right, Brad. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds great. Looking forward to being with you guys on Tuesday afternoon.
Absolutely. Going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, Brad.
All right, thanks.
Brad Bellamy joining us from Landers.
He fired up, isn't he?
What a deal. Here's what you do. You maybe get one of, take his college football plays tomorrow, win all of them, and then, take those winnings and go buy you a new car and get that big old TV with
you.
Get
a TV with it. Why not?
That's incredible. I mean, we're talking about a Black Friday deal. And like he said, you go in there tonight, they're not doing it until the start of next week. But he said, if you go in there and say you heard it on Sports56, heard it on Sportstime, give me my TV. And they'll
He
give
beat
it
the
to you.
podcast. He didn't even say live. He said anytime
sure,
this
if
week.
you listen to it later.
Anytime this weekend.
I heard it on Sports56. Give me my TV. You're getting a TV. I mean, you got to buy the car, but you can't just go in there and it's robbery if you just go in there and tell them to give me the TV.
Yeah,
but
like Eli Manning said in commercial, I don't want to steal anything. I think that's the funniest thing.
What is that, Jersey Mike's? Is that
I
Jersey
don't
Mike's
want to steal
commercial?
anything.
Yeah,
that's it. Little DeVito. Yeah, Jersey Mike.
Jersey
I don't want to steal anything. Give me my TV. I don't want
Eli's funny. He's a funny fellow. I do want to get this out of the way because I'm going to forget if I don't do it right now. And we're talking bets. We're talking wagering. Tiger Bankroll.
How are you doing in it?
Okay. All right, here's the thing.
my answer.
Here's the thing. And
I got my answer.
We have like 2 minutes for me to try to lay this out. So yesterday, obviously playing Purdue. All day, I've got a couple of people that I look at in terms of predicting games and helping with bets. And one of them, there's a Twitter account I follow. There's Ken Palm that I love to look at. Jason Munns, because he has a good handle on this team. All of them are saying Tigers will lose, but Tigers will cover. So all day I'm picking the Tigers. I'm taking the Tigers. We're just going to ride with the Tigers, and we'll see what happens. Because I'm assuming, after what they showed against UNLV, I'm going to be the only one that's going to take the Tigers in this game against Purdue. And we know Penny Hardaway's done this time and time before, where he gets these big games and he plays extremely well in them. So we get to Tiger Bankroll. Brett goes, I'll start us off. Give me the Tigers. Okay.
Taking the points, right?
Uh-huh.
What were the points at that moment? 17? What y'all
We played it off
14?
16 and a
16.
half.
Okay.
So it's a lot of points. Landon goes, I'll take the Tigers plus 16 and a half. I am not. We had just lost group block with UNLV. Baby. I am not going to group block the Tigers against Purdue, even though I want to take the Tigers here. So I went with Purdue, put 50 on it. I lost. Yep. And Landon and Brett both won. So just to get it out of the way, because Brett and Landon are not here again, they will join us at 5:30 for our First National Bank and Trust Friday football forecast. But for Tiger Bankroll, we're going to play Wake Forest as a 2.5-point favorite. Brett is going to take Wake Forest. Landon is going to take the Tigers for $20. Brett's taking Wake Forest for $30. I'm also going to go with Wake Forest. I'm going to go with Wake for $25. So Brett and I both taking Wake Forest. Landon, keeping it from a group block, he'll go with the Tigers for $20. But let's go ahead and get to another break. And when we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Cleanliness is next to impossible unless you call Hilo Commercial Services. For 15 years, Hilo's dedicated team has been cleaning offices throughout the Mid-South. Hilo's janitorial services are customized to your business. Clean once, quarterly, or ongoing, and get the JRD guarantee. We clean until you're satisfied. Hilo Commercial Services, the biggest and the best in the Mid-South. Visit MrCleanTeam.com. That's MrCleanTeam, MrCleanTeam.com for Hilo Commercial Services.
All 20,000 per year, 25 cents excess mileage, 650 acquisition fee, K4 SC 182 921, MSRP 24,850, Sorrento SG 405 858, MSRP 34,275, K5 TS 421 572, MSRP 29,540. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 must finance through KFA. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2025.
Hey Jeff, I heard it was the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event over at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah.
You heard right, Randy. We're closing the year out with our strong tradition of low pricing. 2025 Kia K4 LXS, $145 a month. $39.95 due at signing. 2025 Kia Sorrento LX, $172 per month, $49.95 due at signing. And a 2026 Kia K5 LXS, $192 a month, $39.95 due at signing, and all 24-month lease.
And they're all equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
You can't beat that. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
That's Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online, KiaMountMoriah.com.
Billions. At NST Law, we're talking billions and billions.
Corey, call on line 3.
We're talking billions. At NST Law, we've won billions of dollars for our injured clients. And there's billions more out there, a whole galaxy of cases to win. NST's the way to go.
MSD is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
Corey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the Burr months, and that means even more savings at Family Leisure. Why is this time of the year the best time of the year to shop at Family Leisure? Because Family Leisure has new stuff coming, so they need to make room. Need a cover for your hot tub? How convenient. Family Leisure has them starting at just $249. Need new spa steps or a cover lift? Family Leisure has those as well, starting at just $99. Let's say you don't have a hot tub or you want a new one. Pick yours right now, starting at $24.99. Get your laps in with a swim spa, and prices start at under $15,000. In-stock patio furniture, that's up to 50% off. Plus, if you need special financing, Family Leisure's got you covered. One final thing. Tell the folks at Family Leisure you heard this radio commercial. You get a free gift with a hot tub purchase. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, after 76 years, we've decided to expand our product line. Anyone who's tasted our ribs is familiar with our vinegar base. It's now available in a 32-ounce jar. It's so good to base or marinate all meats. I even put a little bit on turnip greens. Something we've been using at the restaurant or at our house has been the Greek seasoning. My father was a cook, but my mother was a chef, and she was the one that put Greek seasoning on everything from a Mediterranean diet or a steak. My mom used it on soup, salad, veggies, fish, any meats. It's a great seasoning and a flavor enhancer. My brother Nick figured out salt and pepper was more than just McCormick's and Morton's. He's come up with the perfect blend we use to coat our shoulders and our brisket, and he used to make it for his friends as Christmas gifts, and they loved it. All these products are available at the Rendezvous or online for shipping as gifts and in many grocery stores. And if they're not in your favorite grocery store, ask your grocer to stock it.
A beloved family affair and still going strong since 1948, the Rendezvous.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brown.
It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
You're a big guy. I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
Well, Darian, my big number today.
What you got, sir?
It is the number 42.
Okay.
It is an NBA big number, and it comes from the Memphis Grizzlies last night against the Sacramento Kings. That is the amount of assists they had in that win last night over the Kings, according to Grizzlies PR. That set a single-game franchise record with 42 assists in the 137-96 win over the Sacramento Kings. And the big reason they got to 42 assists, Vince Williams Jr., PGVW.
How about him?
15 assists last night. Only 4 points, but was just dishing it all over the place. He was a distributor.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's ever really looked at Vince and been like, that's a guy that can be the point guard or the primary ball handler on the court. But he showed it last night. Now, again, against the Kings. And, but he looked good. He was finding open guys. Had a couple there to Zach Edey where he found Zach Edey in the paint or on lobs. So that was a fun game last night, a fun win for the Memphis Grizzlies.
So much so that one of our buddies actually tweeted on X what he thinks the starting lineup should look like.
All right.
He has Triple J, Zach Edey, Cedx, which is Cedric Coward, Ja Morant, and one Vince Williams. That was Mr.
Really?
Mr. Anthony Sane.
Wow,
He put that out.
okay.
And I was wondering why. I mean, he's really drinking the Kool-Aid of Vince. So I totally get it. Totally get it.
I mean, look, I hope he continues this because the play has been good. It was good last night. He's been looking good the last couple of games. We'll see if it can continue. Do you have a big number?
Absolutely. I have a big number. My big number is about a person, but it is so symmetrically sound right now. I'll be quick with it. The number 1. Which is our coach, Penny Hardaway. The last 5 games we've played. Do you know how many wins we have, sir? I'll tell you. 1. This year, we've played 3 games. You know how many wins we got, sir? 1. And tonight, I will go out on a limb and say if we can get 1 victory, which is tonight against a Wake Forest team that it took a ranked Michigan team to the brink, I think Penny can actually turn the season around. And this is what I mean. You lose to UNLV, which you're not supposed to, obviously. But Wake Forest has proven to be a valiant squad. They haven't played many people, but you play who you get in front of you. they were pretty much in control of that game yesterday with Texas Tech for quite a while. Yeah. So I think if you can come out of the Bahamas with one victory, that number again, I think it gives you some hope that we're okay, that we're good, from a going forward standpoint. If he doesn't, if we're 0-2 and coming out of this and can't get one win, I think this snowballs. Because right now, you know who's at the bottom of the American? We are, with one win. I mean, everybody's ahead of us. So
yeah, but everybody else is playing,
you got to turn this thing around.
And I think Biblical Studies College of Houston. I mean, it's
correct. Correct, but you got to have 4 wins when you're playing them. You can't be 1-3. So I honestly believe that if you can get one victory just to galvanize yourself so you can get it back on that plane and you can say, hey, guys, we did this, instead of saying, hey, we lost to the number 1 team and a team that was not ranked. I think you kind of go in the tank after that.
No, I think you're probably right. Well, we need to get to a break here in a second. Before we do that, I got to remind you about the commissary. When you're in Memphis, you think of barbecue, and you can get that world-famous Memphis-style barbecue any day at the commissary. Awarded the best barbecue in the city in the Commercial Appeals Best Barbecue in Memphis 2025 Bracket Showdown. Visit either location in Germantown and in Collierville. You can stop in for lunch or dinner. Head out to the Collierville location and try the new all-you-can-eat buffet. Available Monday through Friday. Pick and choose between 3 proteins, 5 sides, a salad, and a drink, all for just $15.95. For more than 40 years, the commissary has been a staple in this area, and a massive reason is the quality of food they serve. My go-to, it's the ribs, but it's hard to resist that barbecue shoulder. You can get it chopped, get it pulled, and you can get it by the plate or by the pound. It all comes in handy with the sandwich packs. Feed the whole group with the 6-pack, 8-pack, even a 12-pack, and don't forget about the desserts like the banana pudding, brownie, or the lemon icebox pie. Whether it's a watch party for your favorite team or a tailgate, let the commissary cater your next event. It's hard to believe, but the holiday season is here. The commissary can help out with that. They can cater any size party, but you can also check out their private party rooms, perfect for any holiday celebration. And for the holidays, make sure you give them a call for those turkeys and hams. Call the Germantown location, 901-754-5540, or the Collierville location, 901-979-5540. Whole turkeys and hams, just $79.95. The small that feeds 8 to 10, that's $79.95. The larger option feeds 14 to 16, $109.95. Don't forget about those sides, the pint of gravy, the quart of dressing, and the sweet potato casserole. Get it all at the commissary. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we're talking Tiger basketball. Jason Munns from the Commercial Appeal, he joins us next.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.com. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is rocking at Gossett Hyundai 1956 Covington Pike. Right now, 2025 Hyundai Elantra is only $273 a month. How about 2026 Hyundai Venue? We Gossett $289 a month. And 2026 Ioniq 9 SEL 88 combined MPGE with electric range of 320 miles, $459.79 a month. Plus 0% for 60 months and no payments for 90 days available. And every Gossett Hyundai comes with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance. So hurry to the Gossett Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gossett Hyundai 1956 Covington Pike or online anytime at HyundaiGossett.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
Venue TU 424-635, Elantra SUO 88418, Ioniq TY 00839, MSRP 68840, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only. Must finance through HMA. Not all customers will qualify.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901 316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no-obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Sometimes life can be challenging. Relationships can be hard. Work can be exhausting. Cold weather can seem to soak into your bones. In those times, there is only one solution: a bar. And not just any bar. What you need is Bell Tavern, Memphis's perfect downtown neighborhood bar. Forget your troubles by settling in at the bar or at a table at Bell Tavern and let the comfortable atmosphere, coupled with the fantastic drinks and friendly staff, wash your worries away. Come to Bell Tavern and meet some friends or make some friends. And remember that all those things out there in the real world are nothing.
This traffic report is brought to you by Millington Weight Loss. For more information, call 901-436-0272.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. It's Friday. You know the drill. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. Starting to build a little bit more on 240 southbound at South Parkway. The further south you go now, be careful. It's been on and off today. South of Memphis on 55 with a little bit of radar as it gets a little bit heavier on 240 east here up by Poplar. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% off Zips Car Wash. Gift cards and watch books. Check them out at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Darian with you as we start our third and final hour on this Friday afternoon. We really haven't had a ton of time to talk a lot of Tigers, but that's why we have our next guest, Jason Munns. He covers Tiger basketball for the Commercial Appeal. He's down in the Bahamas for the Baha Mar Championship. We know the Tigers lost last night to Purdue. They're back in action in less than an hour in the consolation game against Wake Forest. Jason, thanks so much for giving us some time this afternoon. How are things down in the Bahamas?
They're good. It's no matter where you go, it's Memphis basketball. It's Penny Hardaway. I'm not joking right now. I'm about 20 paces away from a group of young Purdue fans who just stopped Penny to get his autograph. Oh, wow. And he obviously does what Penny Hardaway always does. He stops and he autographs he does his autograph, and so yeah, that's the backdrop. I'm like outside their ballroom locker room, their conference room locker room, watching him do his universal thing. No matter where he goes, he's always going to have fans.
Mums, before Dacus gets hold to you, food question. Any barbecue on the island?
You know what? There is. I haven't had any on this trip, but I had some in 2023 when we were here for the Battle for Atlantis. Obviously, that was a different part of the island, different part of Nassau. That was over on Paradise Island, and this is a different section of the island. But yes, there is some. I have not had any so far this trip.
We'll have to change that. I guess you don't have a lot of time left with it being such a short trip. But all right, let's set up last night before we get to what happened with Purdue and into that game. And let's go all the way back to last Sunday. We talked with you Friday afternoon, and we all kind of felt very encouraged about what we saw out of the first game, out of that first road game against Ole Miss, and then all of that came crashing down Sunday afternoon in the loss against UNLV. What did you see out of that matchup, and kind of what concerned you the most about that loss against UNLV?
Well, it really wasn't so much that, to me, the most concerning thing was not so much. If you look at it in a vacuum, you can look at it one of two ways. You can look at it, as an isolated vacuum type, example of this Memphis basketball team. Just one game, they had already beaten San Francisco. I mean, of course, you could look back to the exhibition season and say it kind of looked like that too, but I don't. exhibition season, as we've already established, like exhibitions don't really mean anything. Last year, Memphis played 2 games, didn't really look very good, and then they went on to be a 5 seed. So, but yeah, you can look at it as in a vacuum, or you can look at it the way kind of I have, and think to yourself, and like see it as this is yet another example of something that has become sort of emblematic of Memphis basketball teams in recent years, where, you're going up against teams that you should crush. Like, UNLV was down 3 starters, number one. Then 2 of their starters in the actual game played a combined 3 minutes in the second half.
Yeah.
So, like, UNLV was as strapped as it gets. They were on the road for the first time all season. This is also still a UNLV team that had already lost to Montana and UT Martin at home, and they came into Memphis and won by 2 touchdowns, which has never been done in the Penny Hardaway era. We're into season 8, and nobody's ever beaten Memphis at home that badly. So, but to me, it was the concerning part was not necessarily that it happened; it's that it continues to happen. It's that it was a problem last year where they're at Rice and they're having to fight and scratch and claw against a team that they shouldn't be having to like they should not, that 5 seed last year should not have had to go to the wire at Rice. And that's just one example. And then obviously the season before where they're losing games they shouldn't, and the season before that where they're losing games they shouldn't. So that to me was kind of how I digested that UNLV game. It was not so much like, man, this team is in trouble because they just lost by 14 at home to UNLV. It's just like, this continues to happen, and that is that was the most disturbing part for me.
Absolutely. So we go from that game to last night against Purdue, and we saw a change made in the starting lineup. We know Thierno Silla is not with the team. You reported that before, about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours before tip-off yesterday. He was not with the team. Then we saw the starting 5, Doug McDaniel, Zach Davis, Ashton Hardaway, Aaron Bradshaw, and Simon Majak. Talk to us about Silla not with the team and this starting lineup and what you thought of it.
Yeah, Thierno Silla obviously had started the first 3 games for Memphis as their starting 5. Did not make the trip to the Bahamas. The way it was, explained to me by team officials, is that it was for personal reasons, and they wanted to, in my conversation with them, they wanted to make sure to indicate that it is not disciplinary related, it is not academic related, and it is not what's the other one? Injury related. It's not also is also not injury related. So, but then also they also wanted to make sure that they pointed out that they look forward to him, not rejoining the team. That's the wrong word, but like being back available to play as soon as they get back. So it obviously, I did not get any more specifics than that, but it does not. It just sounds like it's I don't know, just one of those things, a circumstantial thing that they could not avoid. So they were missing him, and they are going to miss him again tonight. But obviously Penny Hardaway wanted to lean into the length that this team has. Like so much was made of what happened against UNLV, where he was, he was obviously displeased with the effort level from certain players, and he didn't really exactly hide from the fact that who he was talking about: Aaron Bradshaw, Zach Davis, even Doug McDaniel, a little bit, even Sincere Parker to a certain degree. And then you look up, and Aaron Bradshaw and Zach Davis are both on the floor to start the game against the number 1 team in the country. But it's because he felt like, and rightfully so, as it turned out, that the length was going to bother Purdue. It was going to, give them a better chance at staying in the game if they could. Because that lineup, they went from Doug McDaniel, who's 5'10", 5'11", to Zach Davis, who is 6'5", and it went up from there. Everybody on the floor, except for Doug McDaniel, was 6'5" and up, and two of them were 7-footers, and in Bradshaw and Majok. And so, listen, it worked. I mean, even Matt Painter said unprompted in the post game interview that that bothered them, and that he also did not expect it. So yeah, I mean, kudos to Penny for sort of identifying that and executing it.
Jason, I'm sorry. From what I see from Wake Forest, they are pretty much a team so far this season that are doing what they're supposed to do, quote unquote. I'll expound. They played against American. Looks like they played against Morehouse and Louisiana Monroe. Each game, they took care of business, won each one just about double digits. The tougher games, the Texas Tech and the Michigans, they lose these games by one possession, 1 point. So in hindsight, they could be playing for a championship tonight. My question is, what group on the Tigers team, meaning either the front court or the back court, has to play so far above their heads in order to get a victory tonight?
I think it's going to be the backcourt, honestly. Obviously, so the thing with Wake Forest that I've noticed is they don't exactly have a point guard. The guy that handled point guard for them last night made his first start of the season last night against Texas Tech. So they've kind of been searching right now for a point guard, somebody who can give them what they're looking for at point guard, and they haven't exactly found it yet. And so I think that is something that Memphis is, will probably try to use to its advantage. Now, that being said, they also have Juke Harris, who I kind of sort of had dinner with last night. That's a story for a different day. But they have Juke Harris, who's averaging, I think, 23 or 24 points this season. I mean, he's a dynamic player. And I think how Memphis, does with him, how Memphis defends him, how Memphis, what they can do with him is going to be a big part of how this game goes tonight. They've also got Miles Colvin, Wake Forest does, and that's going to be another one that they're going to have to try to hold down in order to win this game. But so I think. I think that Memphis is going to need to play really well in the backcourt in order to get a win tonight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was either a very early dinner or a very late dinner for you if you were eating with Juke. So I can't wait to hear that. That's what I assumed, that it was probably a late dinner.
What's so funny about this is it's a resort and I'm staying on property and so as soon as I got here yesterday, and I'm not kidding, as soon as I got here, I'm walking through the lobby, and the lobby is a casino. So I'm walking through the casino to get to the elevator to get up to my room, and I'm rounding the corner, and somebody else is rounding the corner in the opposite direction that I am, and we literally almost bump into each other. And I look up, and it's Matt Painter, and it was like, oh, sorry, excuse me, and so then you take a few more steps, and you see Penny's down there. Just sort of hanging out, and then you see I walk a little bit further, and I see Trey Kaufman, Ren, and Oscar Clough are taking selfies with fans, and it's a very weird environment. But yeah, it was a late night dinner, and it just so happened that they set me next to it was me and Wolo actually, and they sat us next to Juke Harris and his family.
That's funny. And then you had the encounter with the bird with Matt Painter. I mean, you had an eventful night. Yeah, what kind of bird was it? Do you know?
I have no idea. I didn't see it. I heard it, and that's what freaked me out. He's reacting to me is the funny thing. I don't think he was going to say anything, but he kept noticing me looking around the room, trying to make sure that I wasn't going to get dive bombed. Because I a bird guy, so like so that made me nervous. And then he sort of chose to call attention to it, and it was a funny moment.
That's great. Well, let's get back to last night's game. A couple more things for you before we let you go. Front court has been the question pretty much all season. Last night we talked about the change in the starting lineup, but we also saw more of Tariq Ingram last night. He logged about 20 minutes. We also got our first look at William Wharton last night. He played 6 minutes. Let's start with Tariq Ingram. Your thoughts on kind of extended time for him as he's getting back and looking like he's getting more closer to game shape, and then your thoughts on William Wharton.
So I don't know a better analogy, because this is probably not even a halfway decent analogy, but like it's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Memphis has kind of been like an onion, a lot of layers. Every game, it feels like we're getting a different layer.
I think that's a really good analogy.
I thought they were going to make you cry, but okay.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. It's sort of a backwards analogy in that way. What's the saying? The more you peel an onion, the more it stinks. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying like that there have been, in the first game we saw Quante Berry go for 17, and then I think it was Ashton Hardaway and Curtis Givens III who had big games against Ole Miss, and it's like, some of these, and obviously Simon Majok is coming along here and there, and who else is? I mean, it's like different. Every game we see something different that makes me think.
Curtis Givens had the big game against Ole Miss.
Yeah, and it's just like every game that we see, we get something different that makes me think if like, man, they really are kind of deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like last night, like as you mentioned, Tariq Ingram, like he had played roughly 4 minutes in the first 3 games of the season, and then he goes out there and plays 5 times that amount against the number 1 team in the country. And not only does he play that much, he was impacting the game.
Yeah.
He was holding his own against Trey Kaufman-Renn, All-American Trey Kaufman-Renn, and Oscar Clough, who is a budding star. And, so it's like I am looking at this team and thinking, like, if you can get 17 points on any given night from Quante Berry, you can get 20 points on any given night from Curtis Givens III, and you can get 10 points on any given night from Tariq Ingram, and so on and so forth. I mean, even Zach Davis last night he did not say broke out, but he had a really nice game.
Yeah, he did.
He had 11 points, I think 3 assists and a couple of rebounds. William Wharton had never played in a regular season game at Memphis, and he comes in last night, plays 6 minutes. The only stat that he accumulated was a block, but it was on by the way, another All-American, Braden Smith, for Purdue last night. And so, like, if you can get, the point is, it's like they're showing their depth. Like Penny is showing off the depth. If they can, to me, it's just about gelling and guys playing hard every single night. And if they can do that, if they can come together and they can continue to play hard, they're going to be very, very, very difficult to beat eventually. I don't think that we're there yet, because these next 5 or 6 games, 7 games are, pretty.
Oh yeah,
there's something else. But I do think if they can hold it together and continue to develop that depth and that chemistry, I think they're going to be just fine when they get to conference.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you on that. Well, Jason, I know you were very busy tonight with the game getting started here shortly. We really appreciate you giving us some time this afternoon. Safe travels back to the city. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be off next Friday, so we'll catch back up with you in a couple weeks.
All right, happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Thanks, Jason. Jason Munz over at the Commercial Appeal. He joins us every week to talk Tiger basketball, and every single week he's presented by Jim's Place in Collierville. And here's Brett with a word from Jim's Place.
Jason Munz joins us every Friday to talk Tiger basketball, brought to you by Jim's Place Grill. Over 100 years of charcoal grill steaks, over 100 years of celebration, family time, and lasting great memories. The Terrace family with their touch for our community, with recipes that date back to the beginning in downtown to now in Collierville, at the railroad tracks at Poplar and Houston Levee, online at jimsplacegrill.com. Don't forget the Ian Grill. And if you're looking for the perfect place to have that holiday party, office party, family get-together, do it at Jim's Place Grill in Collierville. Every steak grilled perfectly over an open flame. Come to Jim's Place and taste and see and feel the difference. Lunch hours Monday through Friday, 11 a to 2 p.m. Dinner hours Monday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Since 1921, a Memphis landmark. Hard work, values, and a dedication to their diners, the Terrace family, they've created that memorable dining experience. The lunch menu, the staples like the souffle mock, shrimp cocktail, crab cakes, no salad dressings, all homemade. And at dinner, the calamari, the soups, the seafood, and the steaks, fillets, ribeyes, and strips. Great bar area, all at Jim's Place Grill in Collierville.
Well, Brett's going to join us in our next segment for our First National Bank and Trust Friday football forecast. Landon will also be here for those picks as well. But before we get to a break, let me remind you about our 5 o'clock sponsor. It's Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. They've been the premier Jaguar dealership for the greater Memphis area since 1984, and their talented team is ready to help you find your next perfect vehicle at unbeatable rates. Head over there right now. Check out these 2025 models like the Range Rover Velar, the Defender, and the Range Rover Sport. And that Range Rover Sport, it's where luxury meets performance. The perfect mix of style, performance, and versatility with options ranging from 360 horsepower up to 635. It's also available as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with $7,500 federal tax credit when leased with approved credit. Check out the Range Rover Velar, powered by mild hybrid technology and enhanced with the latest well-being features and fully connected entertainment system. The Range Rover Velar is the ultimate luxury compact crossover. Purchase yours today and get special 4.4% for 72 months financing available with approved credit. Don't forget about the Defender, available in multiple models to fit your needs. It's built for the modern explorer, and Jaguar Bluff City is offering special interest rates for 60 and 72 months on various models. Give them a call at 877-259-6169, but head out there and test drive these vehicles. 6335 Wheel Cove, just off of Quince, for Bluff City Jaguar. Let's get to another break, and when we return, we'll make our picks. It'll be time for our First National Bank and Trust Friday football forecast.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Your Memphis Tigers football team is home for the regular season finale Thursday, November 27th, as they take on the Navy Midshipmen at 6:30. It's a Tiger Thanksgiving feast, and the first 5,000 fans will receive a Memphis football replica jersey apron. Arrive early as we celebrate our seniors one last time at Liberty Stadium. Don't miss the action, the giveaways, and the memories. Visit GoTigersGo.com/tickets for more information or to grab your seats today.
Volkswagen deal days are on during the Sign Then Drive sales event at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. It's Sign Then Drive with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 do-it signing now available. Plus, take your pick at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike. 2025 Jetta Sport or 2025 Taos S, $199 a month. So hurry to Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike for the Sign Then Drive sales event with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 do-it signing now available. Plus Jetta Sport or Taos S, $199 a month. So visit online at GossettDWMemphis.com or hurry to Gossett Volkswagen 1875 Covington Pike, where we're charging forward and charging less every day. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Volkswagen.
All 36-month leases, 7,500 miles, 25 cents excess mileage. Jetta SMO 85397, MSRP 25,916. Taos SMO 56598, MSRP 27,011. Must finance through Volkswagen Financial Services. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax file and license with approved credit. Dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/25.
Uncorn flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Memphians have trusted Corky's to cater their events for 40 years because we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or a crowd of thousands, our experienced team comes to your location, sets up, serves, and ensures everyone enjoys a Corky's all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $7.99 per person. You can't beat it. With 40 years of experience, it's easy to see why customers choose Corky's time and time again for all of their catering needs. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to book us for your next party.
Encore flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Do you know what Penny Hardaway and I have in common? We should both be in that building celebrating the best basketball players of all time. Of course, I'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but he should already be there. But seriously, we both surround ourselves with the best people we can find. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are both among the best in our respective fields. At Fiveash, we can't win titles or get national awards, but what we can and do strive to do is give 100% of ourselves to give you the best product possible and one you can be proud of. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call at 901-367-0050, and we will do everything we can to provide you the best of everything. Fiveash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. More volume trying to get through Midtown. 240 southbound at South Parkway. It's busy. No surprise to see 240 really crowded at times on the ramp to 385 Billmores Parkway going outbound. Lots of radar out here. I-40 traveling out through parts of Fayette County, so be careful. Hey, give the gift of clean this holiday season. Save 40% off Zips Car Wash. Gift cards and watch books. Check them out online at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Here comes the hero man. Says he's the
Friday football forecast from First National Bank and Trust, a division of First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas. Real estate isn't something you purchase or develop or desire. It's something you appreciate, respect, and know. With real estate, there's no gray area. You either know it or you don't. First National Bank and Trust, a proud division of First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas. They've known it since their beginning in 1886. Clients depend on First National Bank because they know real estate. Brooks Winchester, Bill Samish, and many more can assist you in your acquisition of that hunting land, farmland, a construction project. Let First National Bank and Trust make your dreams a reality. 775 Ridge Lake Boulevard, Suite 140 in Memphis, 901-498-5763, or the office in Collierville, or online at fnbtmemphis.com. For commercial real estate, residential construction, or recreational and agriculture financing, let First National Bank and Trust help you. They're a division of First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, where I have had an account, been a friend, and been a customer my entire life.
And we all get to jump in and on the Friday afternoon fun, don't we, Landon?
Yeah. We sure do.
Thank you so much, Bryant and Darian and Connor, for holding it down. And it is time for the First National Bank Friday football forecast. Hundreds of years collectively of lending experience, and they build relationships. They make a friend. They have a relationship. They play the long game so very well at First National Bank and Trust, a proud division of First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas. First game, the Razorbacks, 2:30 tomorrow on ABC. Texas minus 9.5 over Arkansas at DKR in Austin. Texas is out of the playoffs. Arch will not be the number one draft pick. And questions around Sark. This would help a lot in Arkansas from this nightmare year. 8-game losing streak since winning the in-game big first-time historic matchup against Arkansas State. They haven't won since. Not exactly the big shootout in 69 or even big shootout 2 that ended up being a nightmare for the Razorbacks, 42-7 in 1970 in Austin. But it is this. It is the first Texas Conference game for Arkansas to be played at Texas since 1990 in the Southwest Conference. 57-23 all-time hook 'em in this series. I'll go first, and I'll pick the Razorbacks with the upset, plus the 9.5. And how about this score? Not big shootout in 1969, but just a little payback. Never can pay them back enough for 56 years of misery. Razorbacks win 15-14.
Oh, okay.
Brian.
That is a score. I'm going to go with Arkansas as well, plus the 9.5. I don't know if I'm going to take them to win it outright, but I'll take them with all of those points. This Arkansas team, they've been playing close games. Texas, have not been a fan of them all season, so I'll take the Razorbacks plus that 9.5.
Texas has been in a lot of close, goofy games. Those overtimes at Kentucky and at State. Landon, group lock.
We have our first group lock. We're getting things kicked off, maybe on the right foot. I guess we'll see after this weekend. But like Bryant was saying, this Arkansas team is a really fun offense, and they're going to put up points. They've shown that they can score, and they've kept almost every single game this year very, very close. So maybe they don't win, but 9.5 points, I'm going to go with the spread here. So give me the Razorbacks.
In the SEC for sure, except for Notre Dame. Overall, they've kept it all.
They really very much have, yeah.
Another 9.5. This one on CBS at 2:30 on CBS. They'll play that music, but it won't be for the SEC. It's for the Big Ten, but it'll look like the Pac-12. Oregon minus 9.5 over USC. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson with Jenny Dale doing that game. Game day out on the left coast again tomorrow morning. 3 straight for the Ducks over SC. 5 of the last 6 for Oregon over USC. A win for Oregon would give Dan Lanning double-digit wins in each of his first 4 seasons at Eugene and would be 16-1 all-time in Big Ten play. SC leads all-time 38-23-2, but it's 10-10 all-time in Eugene. USC, only team in FBS history to never have had names on the back of their jerseys. No names. Never have. Not one time. Mekhi Lemon, he may be the best wide receiver in the country. Bryant, you start us out.
I'll go with Oregon minus that 9.5. I have no rhyme or reason, but I'll take the Ducks. Why not?
I'm with you. I don't love it, but I'm going to take the Ducks as well and lay the 9.5. It might be too much. Yeah. Another group lock, Landon.
Unfortunately, not this time. I'm going to go with the Trojans here because Oregon has shown that they kind of keep it close. I do expect them to win, but with the point spread being as big as it is, I expect this game to be very close. So I'm going to go with USC with the points here.
Not even we had a non-SEC Friday football forecast game in that one. We have another one. Old SEC member Georgia Tech, 6:00 tomorrow night on ESPN, minus 2.5. over Pitt at Bobby Dodge Stadium in downtown Atlanta, right on the Tech campus. Dave Pasch, Dusty D, and Taylor McGregor, the announce team. A win for the Ramblin' Wreck secures the ACC championship game, would also secure a 10-win season. Georgia Tech's had 8 in school history. This would be number 9. 11-6 Pitt. All time they lead over Georgia Tech, and Pitt leads 6-2 when games are played at Georgia Tech. 2,259 yards passing for Haynes King, 807 rushing. He is combined passing and rushing for 24 touchdowns this year. Landon.
I'm going to go with Georgia Tech. I feel like they're fighting for that playoff berth. They're definitely fighting to stay in the ACC championship game picture. And I think if they get started off on the right foot early and Haynes King really comes out to play, they'll have no problem with this Pitt team. So I'm going to go with the Yellow Jackets.
Great capsule of this game. That's me. Exactly. 35-17 Georgia Tech. I didn't give my score in Oregon. They get there by a half point for me and Bryant, 34-24. Bryant, group lock?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Georgia Tech on this one as well. I mean, this Pitt team, you look at the wins they have this season outside of, I guess, beating Florida State. I mean, really, where is that signature win? Stanford, NC State, Syracuse, Boston College, Central Michigan, Duquesne, they haven't really beat up on any really good team. Those losses, West Virginia, Louisville, Notre Dame. I know it was bad against Notre Dame last week, so I think we see something similar this tomorrow against Georgia Tech.
Tomorrow night, 6:30 on ABC. Tennessee minus 4.5 at Florida. It was a September treat after we went to divisions in the SEC. This was always a Super Bowl early in the year. Now later in the year, with the Gators hosting the Big Orange. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Holly Rowe, the A-team for this game. Can you believe that? That's how light the schedule is in SEC this weekend. There are better games all year than this one. 32-22, the Gators lead all time. Last Tennessee win in Gainesville, 2003. Tennessee 2-6 in the last 8 anywhere against Florida. 6 defensive touchdowns this year for the Volunteers. 34 games. Josh Heupel's had a team rush for over 200 yards since he's been coach at Tennessee. 7th top 25 opponent for the Gators. From weeks 3 through 7, Florida played 4 games. In that 4-game stretch, they played against 4 top 10 opponents. That's first time in team history, and the first time to do it for anybody in college football since Northwestern and Illinois both did it in 1968. That's how good the Big Ten was in 68. Gators they've won 5 straight SEC games at home at the Swamp. Brian.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Tennessee here on this one. And one of the big reasons I'm going with it, Graham Hall, who covers the Florida Gators for 247 Sports, put this out a day or two ago that Florida has 20% of their scholarship players listed on the availability report as either out, questionable, or probable. Most of those guys in the out category. Now, some of these guys are backups, but still scholarship players, a lot of injuries with this Florida team. I think Tennessee gets the big win here.
Len?
I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to go with Florida here. One, it's very tough to win in the Swamp. We've seen that all year. But also, as I picked Florida last week to cover that point spread, Florida seems to show up and show out in big game situations. They did it last week, unfortunately. Ole Miss started to run away with it, but they still kept it close. I bet they do that again here. Maybe they don't win, but they cover that point spread, so I'm going to go with Florida.
I'm going Florida. I'm going Gators straight up 24-23. And it ends the honeymoon for Josh Heupel. Not in job jeopardy, not being fired, none of that. It's just not the new guy anymore. Everybody eventually gets to that point. Landon, give us your lock and shot from college football.
Yeah, my lock this week, I'm going to go with BYU minus that 2.5 versus Cincinnati. I feel like this is a really good BYU team, and there's a lot up in the air with the college football playoffs and how it's all shaping out. BYU getting another win under their belt can certainly help their chances. And my shock this week, I'm going to go with UTSA plus that 2.5 versus East Carolina. Purely based on the fact that game is at UTSA, and American teams tend to have a hard time winning at UTSA.
And they're getting points.
And they're getting points with it too. It's just a good matchup for UTSA to run away with it.
That's 2 good picks, Brian.
For my lock, I'm going to go to the CUSA, and I'm going to go with Jacksonville State minus 1.5 on the road
against nicely FIU. Years ago to never mention Jacksonville State.
Well, I'm sorry. Here we are. I mean, Brad, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get some check marks here. So I just got to go anywhere and everywhere for them. But Jacksonville State, I think they can get the win. I think they can win by at least a field goal over FIU. But FIU fighting for a playoff, or excuse me, a bowl game berth. So we'll see what that game looks like. My shock, I'm going to go with New Mexico State plus 3.5 over UTEP. This UTEP team, I know they're at home. I don't really know why they're favored. I guess because they're at home. The only wins they have this season against an FCS team and against Sam Houston. This New Mexico State team, they've struggled, but they've been feisty. So I will take New Mexico State against UTEP.
My college lock, I'm going to go. My lock, I'm going to go with Ohio State and lay all those points, 31.5 against Rutgers. Shock, I'm going to go Maryland plus 14.5. Straight up upset. Greg Gaston's Turtles get the win, 28-27 over Maryland. Maryland would be out of the college football playoff picture. The NFL on Sunday at noon, Chicago minus 3.5 over the Pittsburgh Steelers at Soldier Field. All that just sounds like the NFL, doesn't it? Really does. Bears, Steelers, Soldier Field, November. Bears lead all time 19-8-1. First played in 1934, last played in 2021. Brian.
Well, Brett, I have rules that I live by, and one rule that I live by is I cannot bet against Mike Tomlin when he is an underdog, and so that rule applies here. Give me Pittsburgh plus 2.5.
I live by the same strong values that you live by, Brian, in every way. No, not even close. Not even close. But I do like the gambling take. Right. I'm with Pittsburgh. Landon.
I'm going to go on the opposite side. I'm going to go with the Bears here.
So you don't live by principles, huh?
Not Bryant.
He's a reckless guy.
I definitely don't live by Bryant.
I know
but
you do, too.
As much as I wanted to pick the Steelers in this game, I just feel like the Bears are figuring it out too much week after week, and I feel like they're going to continue that against the Steelers here. So I'm going to go with the Bears.
There's life and there's gaming.
Mm-hmm.
This is picks and gaming. Noon on Fox, Detroit minus 9.5 over the New York Giants at Ford Field in downtown Motown. Detroit leads 25-21-1 all time. Only played once ever in the postseason, 1935. The Lions with the win in 35. Landon.
Well, we know this about the Lions. They do not lose back-to-back games, and they're not going to do that again here. And I'm going to go with the Lions to absolutely straight up win this game. Point spread or not, they're going to dominate the Giants.
Right there with you. I'm with you with all the injuries with the Giants. So, group lock, Bryant?
No group lock here. It's Jameis time in New York with the Giants. If he had a record based on just his quotes alone, he'd be undefeated. Unfortunately, that is not what they're graded
it's
by.
Muhammad Ali level of quotes.
He's phenomenal.
It really is.
I watch him just to hear what he has to say. But I think
fun-loving.
Oh, no, he's awesome. He's a phenomenal human being, and I think he can rally his team around him, and they can go and cover the spread. They might not win the game, probably won't win the game, but I think they can keep it within single digits. So give me the Giants plus 9.5.
325 on Fox. Philly minus 3.5 at the Cowboys. 74-59 all time. The Cowboys lead 3-1 in the postseason. They met for the first time when the Cowboys were an expansion franchise in 1960. Quarterback for the Cowboys that day, Eddie LeBaron. For the Eagles, Norman Van Brocklin. Wow. Sunday it'll be Hurts versus Dak. Bryant, I know who you're taking.
Brett, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys.
Is that like the second commandment of?
Well, it's in there somewhere.
It's another principle.
One of the rules I live by, Brett, is when you see something, seeing is believing. And I saw a Super Bowl level defense
and
Monday
we see a
night.
Parade route.
And exactly, I see a parade route.
We'll still be here for them, Brett.
Not this year, next year. Cowboys don't just cover this game. They beat that Giants or that Eagles team. Eagles aren't any good. If they didn't have the tush push, they'd be, just a mediocre team.
Fraud team.
Cowboy.
Trick play, fraud team. This is how much I'm going to be with you, Bryant. I'm going to go against you and take the Eagles. Landon.
I'm going to side with Brett as well.
How long did we last being with him?
Not very long, but tush push all the way. Let's go Eagles.
7:20 Sunday Night Football. Mike Tirico on NBC with Chris Collinsworth. And it's the Rams minus 6.5 over Tampa Bay. 3-0 in the postseason. The Rams lead all time. First met in 77. The Rams lead 19-10 all time. But on Sunday night, give me the Buccaneers plus that 6.5 to win straight up. Bryant.
I'm going to go with Tampa. I'm going to take them plus that 6.5. I don't know if they win the game, but this has been a good Tampa team. I think they can at least cover that, keep it close.
Group lock?
We certainly do. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers in this game as well. I think they're due for a bounce back. They played really well against the Bills last week, but I bet they bounce back and do well against the Rams as well.
Landon, stay right with you on locks and shocks from the NFL.
Yeah, my lock this week, I'm going to go with the Patriots minus 7 against the Bengals.
7.5. We don't push. 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. I read somewhere that it was 7,
okay.
Just straight up 7. But 7.5 against the Bengals. I'm going to go with that. This Patriots team is looking good week after week, and I think they run all over this very bad Bengals team. And my shock this week, I know Michael Penix is out, but we got Kirk Cousins coming into play. So Falcons plus the 1.5 against the Saints will be my shock.
I'm going to go against you. My shock, I'm going to take Cincinnati plus the 7.5 against New England. And then for my lock, I'm going to take Kansas City minus the 3.5 over the Colts. Bryant, lock and shock.
Well, Brett, as you know, I live by rules, and one of those rules just for this year is that when the Colts are underdogs, you do not bet against them. I'm taking the Colts plus 3.5 over your lock, the Kansas City Chiefs. And for my lock, I'm going to take Green Bay minus 6.5 over the Minnesota Vikings.
That'll do it for this week. Thank y'all for me and Landon for letting us jump in.
Thank y'all for jumping in.
Next week, we will do Friday football forecast from First National Bank and Trust. We'll do that at 5:30 on Wednesday because of the wild Thanksgiving schedule that we'll have next week. But we enjoy it doing every week. Brought to you by First National Bank and Trust, a division of First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas for anything real estate, agriculture, hunting, recreational, commercial. Contact them at fnbt.com or call them at 901-498-5763. The two great offices in Memphis, in Collierville, and on Ridge Lake. Stable, secure, solid, reliable, and consistent. That's their hallmark.
Well, let's get to our final break of the day. When we return, we'll wrap up today's show with Moe's Crunch Time.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I'm inviting you over for dinner. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner of scrumptious combinations. fresh salads, homemade soups, or maybe start with an appetizer, like our baked Dungeness crab dip with manchego cheese, lemon, garlic, and French baguette toast. Drift into one of our fresh seafood dishes, like the caramelized sea scallops with curry beurre blanc, black forbidden rice, and Thai mango salad. Or our ancho honey glazed salmon with creamy black bean puree, avocado pico de gallo, and jalapeno crema. Maybe you're looking for something cozy and comforting, like our Duroc pork chop with apple brandy demi-glaze and blue cheese bacon mashed potatoes. We have something for everyone. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us. I'd sure love to see you.
Congratulations to Napa Cafe, celebrating 27 years of great food and service for you. Napa Cafe.
Hi, this is Greg Gaston from Sports56 here with Corey B. Trotz and Parker Trotz from NST Law. Okay, Parker, tell us, why did you even want to become a personal injury lawyer?
We all know somebody that's been injured in an accident. They may be off work without transportation, not to mention just having to heal from all of their injuries. And so being a personal injury attorney really gives me a unique opportunity to help people and do for them what they wouldn't be able to do on their own and help get them through a really difficult process while making them feel at ease.
Now, Corey, we know that NST Law has been around forever in the Memphis community. Tell us about some of the causes that really matter the most to your firm.
We have served food at the Ronald McDonald House, cleaned up parks in Memphis, delivered food to people who are food insecure. We've also donated to a lot of legal organizations that provide legal services to indigent clients. Our attorneys and staff want to continue to give back to this wonderful city that's helped us out so much.
Thank you so much, Parker. Thank you, Corey. Remember, NST is always the way to go. If you're ever injured, go to nstlaw.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is rocking at Gossett Hyundai 1956 Covington Pike. Right now, 2025 Hyundai Elantra is only $273 a month. How about 2026 Hyundai Venue? We Gossett $289 a month. And 2026 Ioniq 9 SEL 88 combined MPGE with electric range of 320 miles, $459.79 a month. Plus 0% for 60 months and no payments for 90 days available. And every Gossett Hyundai comes with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance. So hurry to the Gossett Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gossett Hyundai 1956 Covington Pike or online anytime at HyundaiGossett.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
Venue TU 424-635, Elantra SUO 88418, Ioniq TY 00839, MSRP 68840, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only. Must finance through HMA. Not all customers will qualify.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Humdinger's Corporate Catering. Enjoy tacos made with crunchy slaw, grilled fish, and chicken, and the best taco sauce in town. Find out more. Call Jenny Nash at 901-606-3172.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Say you stand by your man. Tell me something.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy!
This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest crunch time.
You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival Tennessee.
Goodbye!
It's obviously crunch time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Moe's Taco Truck is always ready to cater for you. Just give Jenny Nash a call at 901-606-3172 and let them cater any event for you. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Darian, what I learned today is the Grizzlies got a much-needed win last night. We haven't had a ton of time to talk about it today, but that was a win the Grizzlies absolutely needed. And when you were looking at the schedule, that was one that you circled of if they're going to get a win, that's when it has to happen. A Sacramento team that came in, we learned yesterday, Sabonis wasn't going to be playing for them. They're 3-12 coming into that game last night. Even with the injuries, that's a game that you really need to win. And it wasn't just a win, it was a dominant performance from this Grizzlies team. I think you saw a lot of really good things from a lot of different guys for this Grizzlies team. And so far, we talked about it earlier, Zach Edey, I don't want to say I'm in on him yet, but he's looked good in his first couple of games back. We'll see if that continues, but a much-needed win for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, great minds think alike, my friend, and I'm going the same route. What I learned today is that the Grizz have some fight. Cedric Coward, newly deemed nickname, CedX. Not sure if you
like that.
it or not.
I saw that earlier today. I kind of like that.
Little CedX action,
I
man.
like that.
But yeah, he, along with Edey, the team is definitely showing some fight. You're looking at the schedule. You did have that one circled against the Sacramento Kings. This is not college. You're not getting extra points for playing a ranked team. You beat whomever is in front of you, good sir, and that's what they did.
That's exactly right. Well, what I could have done without today, it's the news coming out of Kansas that Darren Peterson, which depending on what you read, what you see, a lot of people projecting him to, everybody projecting him to be a top 3 pick in the NBA draft, but a lot of people predicting him to be the number 1 pick in the next year's NBA draft. He missed the game earlier this week, and it sounds like from reports he's going to miss all 3 games next week in the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas. This is the big tournament that all the big-time teams play in. Those teams are playing for NIL money if they win the event, but it's just, you get to Feast Week, and that's a time where you got basketball all day long. A lot of people kind of start tuning into college basketball at that point, and so I hate that we're going to be missing, in such a great event, one of the better players in college basketball.
Oh, good one right there, man. All right, what I could have done without the flop heard around the world. We've been, heard much ballyhoo about Aaron Bradshaw. What I want to challenge Bradshaw is to be the person that you were proclaimed to be. You heard Johnny Radio, if you listen to us all day on Happy Hour earlier today. Just kind of go in on Bradshaw and the way he's been playing. I won't use the terms or the words that John used, but hey, just looking to call on Bradshaw to be the person that we thought he could be before getting here. So that's what I could have done without. The flop heard around the world.
Yeah, it really was. Where are you beaming this weekend? I guess you got a couple of days to decide where you're beaming.
Yeah, but I'm going to take a quick trip out of, I don't want to say out of the country. I don't know if to the Bahamas, to Bahamas. People are going to be like, man, you dummy, you don't know this in America. But yeah, beam me to Bahamas, to the Bahamas convention down in the Bahamas. I want to see if the Tigers can take down Steve Forbes. A lot of Memphis reunions going on lately around the Tigers.
Yeah, you're probably going to need a beam machine to get in there. Like only 2,000 people can fit in that ballroom.
Media credentials shall come in handy.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, beam me. I'll be beaming to that game as well, but really just this weekend in the sports world. So many great things to watch. You've got another weekend of college football. You've got a lot of intriguing college basketball matchups and a lot of tournaments and MTEs getting started. You've got the NFL. You've got NBA, so a ton to keep an eye on. But that's all the time we have. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday afternoon.